Hello, friend! We would like to welcome you to our land of myths and legends. Follow along with our adventurers live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gundam Squirrel. The VOD of each of our sessions will be added to our YouTube channel every following Monday, youtube.com/at I am the Gundam. So like, comment, and subscribe to gain access to the vast archives of our past adventures. We have themes and settings for everyone, like One Piece, Star Wars, high fantasy, western, steampunk, and many, many more. We are but a humble band of adventurers looking for knowledge, power, and vengeance. Join us as we uncover all the secrets of this world. This is Legacy.
Me to ask for support here, Nick, and it's awful.
It's okay. I listened to Lucas's stream, and it was wholly and utterly hard to follow in here. So I do apologize to everyone that listened to the stream. I'm hoping
we solved your
everything's
puzzle.
working better. I'm going to now read my description of Ebonreach for you. So Ebonreach is a quiet mountain town built of wooden structures with stone chimneys. You can smell the smoke rising from the fires, keeping the homes warm in the shade of the mountain. The sun never reaches the floor of the valley where Ebonreach lies, but you can hear the laughter of children playing in the streets, music from inside of a tavern-looking building, and a number of people engaged in hobbies and conversation with each other. High on the walls of the valley, you can see large planter boxes that are being moved up and down the wall into the sun with massive series of ropes, chains, and pulleys. Did you hear all of that?
Yes. Yes.
I did it.
Can you repeat it?
No. Upon entering...
I'm never complaining again. Next time something goes wrong, it's on y'all.
Please do, Evie.
I mean, for the most part, I really do genuinely just want to make sure it's working.
Okay, and also you want to make my life hell. Got it.
I mean, I do want to rib you a little. No, it's okay. Upon entering town, Jethro was met with the sight of the famous inventor Zahur, and fangirled for a while until everyone kind of was like, "Well, we're gonna go. You have fun." Bindu and Malia decided to stick with Jethro because, I don't know, buddy system.
Basically, it's like we couldn't let Jethro stay there and, sign us all up for indentured servitude for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
That is true. Leaving him by himself does have a degree of risk to it. So the three of you stuck around in town while the other five of you, geez, we got a big group these days, made their way up to Geimdrim, the monastery of the shadow monks, specifically. As you learned upon arriving, the Raven Queen herself, and you all entered and were met by Saleh Padan, who had a particular interest in Trey, and who did lead you up the stairs to the very top of the monastery, which is in the eyes of the raven head up here of the Ebon Peak. And sticking out of one of the eyes is a massive telescope, the type where you have to like sit in a chair and look through an eyepiece to actually use it. Like the size of a modern telescope. And sitting in the chair of that telescope was well, you haven't learned her name yet, but is a Githyanki. I don't know if any of you have seen a Githyanki before, so we might need to figure that out. But that's not the biggest thing that was in this room. The biggest thing that was in this room came standing to a height above you and was introduced as Varnadu, the Guardian Naga, which is, I believe, where we left off last session. Did I miss anything that we wanted to talk about from last session, really? I mean, we had a few things on the journey to Ebon Reach and leaving of the pirates and other things like that. Is anything anyone felt particularly was important to add in the recap?
My
Alfred came out.
my alcohol got stolen.
Oh.
That's not even. It got devoured by freaking.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Somebody drank all your absinthe.
Whoops. But you know, delightful conversation with Alfred, like more comparatively from all the rest of the interactions. So that's good.
We know that Alfred can handle his liquor much more than Malia can. Funny. He doesn't. Can't click any button.
Yeah, no one heard any of
I
that.
know, that's okay.
You can click it and say it,
I'm walking here.
Oh, was this a choice between Amanda and you, Nick? I feel like,
Amanda has to use her push to talk. It's a big.
He gave me the ability to not do it, and then he took it away. And now I'm like, oh, so I forget how to click buttons, and I keep making offhanded remarks. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to click a button to say things. So I was like, I'm not gonna repeat it.
I'm buying you guys a new snowball for Christmas. That's it.
We need one of the actual like room mic ones. This is one of the podcasting mics. We need like the actual one that has like the ball. Anyways, so in this room we have Tura, Bixis, Cyzaris, Valeris, and Trey. How would you all like to proceed with this situation?
Not in game. Is anyone really regretting that we got this far without like the whole party?
No.
No? Oh, okay, then. Moving on.
Wait, what?
I feel like most of the group that you and I are with are part of the like murder.
The revenge
User
crew?
Girl. Yeah,
we're the revenge.
That makes sense.
So the three
makes
of them are the ones that should have all the questions to ask.
Okay, got
We should have all the questions, shouldn't we?
it. So this is the stage. This is who we're supposed to be asking all these questions of?
The Barnadu.
Yeah, this Naga Sage Oracle thingy.
Oh god, okay. I had all week to think of questions, and I still can't figure out what questions I want to ask.
And we also have to think of what to exchange for the answers.
Yeah,
Right.
I know. I feel like my brain hasn't stopped thinking about this, and I still don't know what I want to ask. I'm like, god damn it! It's fine. It's fine.
So I did good.
No, this isn't about you.
Yes.
Because my dilemma here is if, like, I don't want to give away anything that's gonna be able to be used against us if Guderiel comes and asks him questions. So, it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's fine. Okay, question. So,
Well, first we should say hi.
yeah, that's good. That's a good place to start.
Okay. Hello, Vernadu. I am Tara Eden. These are my companions, Valeris, Trey, Cyzaris, and Bixis. We are happy to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. What brings you to the monastery?
Cyzaris.
Oh, go.
He's just going to take like a half a step forward and give like an overly dramatic, very deep bow. So, I am Cyzaris of Carnarest. From what we have heard through word of mouth, the Lord Gutaker was here recently, about a week ago.
This is true. He came seeking knowledge, the same as you.
What knowledge did he seek?
Say, Astrith, did I promise not to tell anybody about what the Lord wanted? Oh, Ben, I'm gonna fucking do it. Alright. I don't think you did. I mean, he didn't mention wanting any privacy or anything kind of that nature, so I think you're good. How was that, Ben? How did I do?
Excellent. You just need a few more usins and use guys.
And motherfucker. Well, I suppose inquiring minds want to know. He was asking about a place where... Nick needs to look at his notes really quick. He was looking for a sanctuary that contains... Where's my name? I have a name. Where's my name? 1 second.
I feel like it's a children's show where we just yell our name at the TV, and then you go, "That's right."
I
2
passed the
plus
math.
2 equals. You're
It-
right. 4.
It's on my notes for Lord Gootercurl, not my notes for Ebenreach, so I had to find it. He was looking for the regalia of Congria, which is not something I really knew much about, so I told him to go ask somebody older than I.
Why does Congria sound familiar?
But haven't you been around since before the Yonti Empire?
It's also the name of the queen.
Are we supposed to know what that means? Like the regalia of Congress? Are we supposed to know what that means?
Like
Make a history check!
Okay, I was like, is this common knowledge? A 10.
You have no idea.
I do. Do I use inspiration now?
Oh, there are better rolls. There's much better rolls.
Zyzeris knows things.
Maybe.
Zyzeris, you had heard a tale about like the ancient kingdom that used to kind of be around where New Anderhorst is, and where the name Anderhorst comes from is from like that time and place, right? And that's why this is New Anderhorst, right? And during that time, the leader of Anderhorst wore the regalia of Congria, and so whoever has like that regalia, they have a more legitimate claim to the throne. Like it's kind of one of those vestments of leadership of a nation, but they've been lost.
Gootercurl's making up papers as well.
Usurper.
I mean, that's
Holy reliquary kind of a thing.
Exactly, like the vestments of like the Holy Roman Empire, or like, you know, whatever. It's like, you know, that you have this scepter and this orb and this hat and this like thing and that thing, and yeah, you know, the
So-
vestments of royalty. It's like the
If you-
crown jewels.
So if you have those plus the heir, you pretty much have control of the kingdom.
Más o menos. That means yes or no for people that don't speak Spanish. That's about it. You got the gist of it. That's basically what I was saying. Literal
Más o menos
translation
means
is-
more or less. Más o
Yeah,
menos means more or less, not yes or no.
Yeah. That's
Because I'm pretty sure everyone knows no is no in Spanish. So
What?
Well, I wasn't given a literal translation.
You literally
Well.
just said that's a literal translation. Anyway, moving on.
See, this brings up my point from last week. Evie's out to get you.
You've existed
Yeah,
since
this is one of the
time.
things I feel like I should be able to speak on.
Yeah, it's fair. This is her culture.
And I have ears, so I feel like on both points I'm validated.
You got I got ears too. That's dope. I love
That's
ears.
dope. That's dope. You know what? Get on everyone's ears. All right, anyways, coming on.
But who could you have referred to that's even older than you? You've been around since before the Yanti Empire.
That's true. But there's been somebody in this valley that has been here since before. I think any real mortal recordings. Well, our recordings, the recordings of the giants go back further than any memory I'm aware of. But there is an ancient stone giant that lives in the mountains. His name is... Oh my gosh, Nick knows his name. I don't need notes. Why is Nick? Sorry.
Clarence?
Don't make me think. It's Burcon. Burcon. An ancient stone giant that lives in the mountains.
Like the same mountains that we just left?
Further to the east from here.
And when was the last time someone saw the stone giant?
It has been a long, long time. He is a fan of his privacy. He fancies himself a bit of an artist and spends his time carving the stones of his home. Oh, now that you mention it, I usually hear from him from time to time, and it has been a long, long time. Which for me is a long time.
Maybe we could check on him for the favor for the information.
Yes, where is his home?
I shall tell you if you tell me something I do not know.
Should we huddle?
Astrid speaks up and she says, "Good fucking luck, he knows a lot!"
We were part of a big event recently. I don't know how fast word is spread.
Hmm. Find out.
I mean, that's one option. Yeah. I mean,
Perhaps we could intrigue you with the tale of what became of the terrible tyrant of Suzuki.
I mean, I need to make a history check for him.
Maybe news if that hasn't reached his ears yet.
I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. As far as I was aware, he was buried not too far from here.
It's true he was buried, but he did not remain buried.
Go on.
Well, if we can agree that these terms are agreeable for the information that we seek, we would be happy to regale you with the tale.
Well, you do not ask for much, so... Okay. You've piqued my interest. Not to mention, this would be good information to give to the monks if there's undead. Just out and about willy-nilly. That's something they would want to know.
Oh, could we preface all of this with you promising not to, at the very least, share anything that we discuss with Scooter Girl if he comes asking?
Or any of the people he travels with.
Keep this as a conversation
my
just
best to remember. Astrith, make a note. I am not your fucking secretary.
I'll take it.
I will endeavor to remember. He actually is going to begin casting a spell.
Attack him!
If you are interested, you can make an Arcana check to figure out what he is casting.
Oh, I know nothing about
really
nothing.
Pixies, you don't know the spell itself because this is not a spell that's in the druid spell list. But you do recognize that he is casting a very powerful spell. He's casting a 5th level spell right now. None of you rolled high enough to know what is the spell. But he like the spell, like when he's casting, you can.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm supposed to be proficient in Arcana, but I took it away for last game because I had like a thingy, remember?
Oh yeah, because you rolled the survival roll made you have not proficiency with it or something.
Do I
Right.
need to fix your character sheet?
Yeah, because I can't figure out how to change
Uno
it
momento,
now.
por favor. Thank you for saying something. Tura,
I
play.
thought I remember.
Oh yeah, you're an Eldritch Knight. Okay. Okay. So what was the issue? Oh, because you did the potion making thing and it made it go away?
No, because I got some sort of a ding.
Travel
We were,
exhaustion.
yeah, that's what it was. We were rolling for travel. This
You had to pick a
newfangled thing
skill that
my
you were
DM came
proficient
up
in
with.
and then take your proficiency away from it.
Yeah. So I chose to miss out on Arcana for the day.
How did you do it? Did you just manage, like,
I
change
just unclicked the bubble on D&D Beyond, but now it won't let me like re-click it.
Yeah.
If you click the gear wheel at the bottom, can you re-click it?
Did I do it?
Manage.
Is it back?
Yeah.
Is it
Hold
blue?
on. I'm. Oh goodness. No.
Hold on. I think I changed your character sheet. I think it should be there now.
If you click on Arcana,
hit
Refreshing right now,
real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, there it is.
yeah.
It's blue now.
For future,
I got
you
you.
can click on the skill and then click customize and then add in your skill proficiency level. There's a drop down and you just say proficient and it'll put it back on there.
Yeah. That's what I did. That is what I did. Okay, cool. Wait. Is +0 right? No. That's
Plus,
not right.
should be +2
Oh,
plus
I
your
just
rent.
fucked it up. I just fucked it up. I put something in the skill override because I was just clicking buttons. Hold on.
Nicholas.
I fixed it. There we go. Now you can roll.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh again.
I knew I should have attacked him.
I'm sorry.
He's sapping her arcana.
He cast the 5th level alter character sheet spell.
Oh shit.
Anyway, so can I roll again?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, 18 is very good. And Eldritch Knight, draw from wizard spell list. So Tura. Also Evie. This is gonna be fun because I doubt Evie's ever heard of this spell, so this is gonna be fun.
See, he's out to get me, okay?
Evie, I mean, have you ever heard of the Gace spell? I might not even be saying that right because this is like a Gaelic word that I like know I say wrong like 100% of the time.
I thought you said
I'm pretty
gay
sure-
spell.
I thought I heard the same thing. I'm like, are you allowed to say that?
Is it
Go for it.
I think it's actually geese.
Geese? Chaos? Geese?
Can you type it somewhere?
I did. I put it in Roll20 for you. But
Guys.
Oh, okay. That looks like guys
Essentially-
to me.
the way that this spell works is that you command a creature to carry out a service or refrain from some action or course of activity that you decide. And so he cast a spell on himself that is going to magically make it so he cannot tell anybody else what you guys asked him not to tell.
Oh,
So
thank you.
even if he forgets, he's magically preventing himself from telling anyone.
Well, guys, this is good. He's gonna even if
Gesh.
he forgets, he's spelling himself right now. We'll be alright.
Gesh.
But tell him all about the Yuan-ti tomb that we basically stumbled across a couple of days ago, and about the Yuan-ti mummy that came to life on the inside and how we killed it.
That's fascinating. Tell me more about this bone naga that you encountered.
Apologies, but I'm going to have to turn to my compatriots, as I didn't manage to see one of them before they were felled.
Was I dead when it died?
You might have
Gesh.
been unconscious when, because Malia took it out, right?
Yes. I know I
think
was
so.
down, and then it went down, and then I got pulled up by Malia.
Oh, thank you, Lucas. It's pronounced Gesh.
It's an old Irish folklore saying.
I believe that is correct. That is the correct
It's more of a-
pronunciation.
More of an E sound, like egg, so geish.
Like Geish. Geish.
I just went
Okay,
to
there you
Google
go.
and
Like
had it
game,
pronounce it, and it says
kind of.
Gesh.
See,
Gesh.
so I took a stab
looked
at
the
it, and I
same
was
thing,
close.
And I heard geish.
I was close. I was
Gesh.
close. Anyways, sorry. You were telling me about a bone naga.
I was gonna tell him about how I fought and died to a bone naga. Or got knocked out.
So, did you dispose of this creature?
It was already broken apart when I came to.
Well, if it was broken, it should stay broken. See, the Yuan-ti enslaved my people, and in order to stop our resurrection, transformed them into the skeletal undead servitors. So thank you for putting another of my kind to rest.
Sure, no problem. I think.
Last time.
How many of you are left?
Not many. We helped save many of your kind, ferrying them to the Coatl to take to you. And in turn, many of us were hunted. We've been at war with the Unity and the other evil forces of this world for as long as it has been around.
Well, good thing they're all dead, yeah?
Oh, you're not joking.
I mean, didn't we all rise up and defeat them together?
Oh, they're not all gone. They're just merely... And he looks in the direction of Zyzaris and says, hide.
Yeah, Trey, don't you remember? Velia was just telling us about some Yonti that kidnapped her cat.
I mean, there's some of the people around, but like the Empire itself isn't just going to rise up out of the grave. Right?
Stranger things have happened.
Trey's going to take a
So-
drink.
Zazaris is going to take a half a step back.
What is it that you... What quarrel is it that you have with the Lord Guter? I'm curious. I don't know you. You haven't been here before. You don't appear to be from these lands, except for you. And he his head inclines towards Valeris. So what is it that you all see?
If we tell you another story, will you give us more information?
That is my bark. I am always willing to share. Astrith there went on for quite some time sharing her knowledge with me before she ran out of questions.
Maybe by sharing this story, you'll be able to know information that could help us. So we'll see where it goes. The reason I, in particular, are looking, we're kind of on like a really long mission, and you know, like I just explained this to Tura recently, but I mean, hey, let's do it again, shall we? There's a story of Gudrikel from long, long ago. There was the Lions Guild, and it was supposed to take care of a Hydra. The Lions Guild set out. They defeated the Hydra, and shortly after that, Purple Rose Knights came. And while the Lions Guild was at a weak point after their difficult battle with the Hydra, the Purple Roses took the lives of all of the Lions Guild that were there. They were sent there by Gutrikel. It was a setup to try and basically make it seem like the Lions Guild had failed and they were incapable of handling their own, and it took away Luca's power, in a sense. Words aren't my strong suit right now. And so Gutrikel took out a lot of people that were really, really, really important to me and to the lands. And so I don't think bad people should be in position to do whatever they want. I think people need to be held responsible for their actions, and he's clearly incapable of that. So I feel like someone needs to, and I volunteer. So
The Lord does strike me as a man who will do anything for power.
I agree, but what makes you say that?
I'm a pretty good judge of character. You might even call me wise. But also, he's very, Asterith speaks up, and he's like, and she's like, he's fucking insufferable about it. Honestly, doesn't shut up.
Did he, when he was he traveling alone?
No, he had a number of people in his retinue, as I understood. However, he only was accompanied here by, well, and he looks over at Valeris. Somebody who looked a lot like you.
Did you happen to catch her name?
Asterith speaks up and says her name was Sabre.
Did she have any questions for you?
No. She talked to Asterith mostly. She had a lot of questions about the telescope and what I was doing here.
What are you doing there?
Research.
On the stars?
As a matter of fact, I am. Trying to find a way to the astral plane.
Right. Trey has no idea what that is.
She would take an interest in that.
I am sorry to hear about the demise of your friend. And
That would be a story I wouldn't mind you spreading around. He's spreading rumors about the Lions Guild being incapable, which has gained him a lot of traction. And the truth should be heard that that was not what happened. So if there's a way to feed those stories out there, I think that'd be all right.
try not to lose yourself on this quest, young. Many hard time coming back from this.
Sometimes it's nothing worth coming back to.
Well, that's how you feel. You could tear the world asunder. Good luck.
Thank you. We're allowed to come back here and like ask more questions as they come to us, right? It's not like a one and done doors closed thing.
I have no issue with it, though it's not up to me. Saleh, at the end of the day, decides who comes and goes.
Smart. Smart. She seems very excited to have company.
She is possibly the most resourceful abbot that this monastery has ever seen.
I have more questions about Guterful. When he was here he alone?
I couldn't hear you.
Also, I believe I already answered that one.
Oh, you did?
He
Sorry, my
came
bad.
Here, he came here with just a tiefling, Ferris's sister, Sabre.
That was the one who. Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was any. Okay, got it. I'm here. I got it.
Cool. I know there's
All right,
gaps in your knowledge that we might have to fill you in on. I don't know if we have or not.
While you guys digest everything that just got laid on you, we're gonna cut over to Jethro, Bindu, and Malia, who are on their way to a kind of large-ish blacksmith shop with like an accompanying like building attached to it. And you have been following her. Did that pop up? Why is it not popping up for me?
Got it.
It popped up.
Weird. Mine's weird. Anyways, and so you all follow him, and he leads you to this forge. He opens the door to like kind of the accompanying building that's next to it. And inside, you see like it's decorated with like furs and other things like that. There's the heads of animals that have been like taxidermied and put on the walls. And there's a number of tables with ore and rocks, and there's a number of alchemical setups in here. There's a number of just kind of like crucibles and molds and models and all sorts of books and kind of just like easels that have papers like pinned to them, and it's in full-blown research mode in here, Jethro. It's like, well, in Jethro terms, this is a wet dream.
Oh yeah, my jam.
So you see inside a dwarf, a large minotaur man, and you also see a young girl, youngish, a young woman, I should say, would be the better description, that is currently swinging a kind of flask around in her hand, just swirling the mixture inside of it and observing what is happening inside the flask as you walk in. And she kind of just immediately starts speaking as her father opens the door, and she says, I don't believe that the latest mixture is going to be what we need in order to create the best steel from the Mithril, Father. I definitely think we could do better. It's still going to be soft. Oh, hello. She just kind of like actually finally notices that there are people at the door.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's Jethro Veloxy. This is my friends, Amelia and Bindu.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Sorry, was deep in different thoughts, not in social mode. Give me a moment. And she starts like shuffling around papers and like writing some observations down. The dwarf woman that is in the room says, "Give her a moment. She was in a deep train of thought before you all came in. Pleasure to meet you. Grondolin Emberforge. Everyone calls me Emberforge, but I figure I should introduce myself with my name because people tell me that it's confusing when I don't."
It's a pleasure to meet you, Gwendolyn. Any by chance?
This place also called the Emberforge.
No, this is the Cobalt Forge. It's kind of the name of our collective. We've been a group for some time. We helped design all the pulleys and other things here for the people of Ebonreach after our success with. Oh, hey, you're writing our design.
Yes, it's a magnificent design. Thank you for coming up with it.
That's pretty cool. And she like punches her in the arm. Check that out. Glad it's getting around. That was the whole point. Making it available for, well, I mean, you're not a common man, but like, I mean, look at it.
Yes.
And she also fawns over the enhancements that you've made.
Yes, you see, I can go up and down stairs without any trouble. It's fantastic. Also, this has made the trek from Suyu all the way down the mountain and through some of the other mountains coming over in this direction.
You've done a wonderful job maintaining it. Do you mind if I help you give it a tune-up?
I would love a tune-up, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. You seem to have a question before I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just curious if you were related to Ignatius.
He's my grandfather.
Oh, I loved his work. I'd studied all of his manuals.
That's usually where the confusion, if like everybody calls me Emberforge, but then there's always like, did you write the book? And I'm like, no, didn't write the book. I've read the book many times. Talked to the man. But yeah, runs in the family.
It looks like it, and it looks like you're doing a smash-up job of it.
Amara finishes up with her notes and comes over and introduces herself. She says, "Pleasure to meet you all. I am Amara, daughter of Zahur. Are you here to help? Are you metallurgists, blacksmiths, geologists?"
I don't think any of us are particularly devoted to any single craft. I have dabbled in just about any form of metallurgy, apothecary. I've dabbled in ancient blacksmithing tomes, but
Really?
never practiced them myself. More of a theoretical knowledge.
Theory is a bit of the help we need. See, we're trying to figure out how the smiths, the ancient smiths, actually created like mithril armor. See, we can, with great difficulty, heat it up hot enough to smelt, but it's not very pure. We're having a trouble getting it hot enough to get the impurities out, and then we're having a hard time finding the right mixtures to smelt with it to really create that, like a steel, but mithril, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes complete sense. Bindu, do you have any thoughts on this?
Metallurgy is not particularly my field. More in the realms of astronomy, astrology. But
You went to the wrong place.
But if there's anyone who can help you, I'm sure it's Jethro. He is perpetually coming up with new and intriguing ideas and systems of thought.
Really? Such as?
Oh,
improvements you
I have I've been thinking about a way to get the wheelchair to move on its own with a mere thought to keep my hands free. I took a particularly bad stumble coming down the mountain, and it was because I didn't have my hands free in order to stabilize myself. So thinking of a bioarcanic link between the chair and myself in order to modify it.
Fascinating. None of us are very familiar with biomechanics, sir. That could be an interesting addition. Who are you again?
Jethro, Philoxy?
Jethro Veloxy of the White Robes? You interested in joining the Cobalt Forge? Sticking around for a while, helping us out with this problem?
Well, we're kind of on a task. But I would love to help your research while I'm here in town. Bindu, Amelia, if you guys want to go, I can just stay here and pour a couple hours in.
Zahur, speaks up and he says, they're with a whole group of people. There's 8 of them.
Yeah, they don't need me.
Jethro, of course, we need you. But I would be happy to leave you here, but one condition, Jethro. No extravagant bargains, no long-term commitments. We are already on a mission. You understand?
Oh, precisely. I just want to give a fresh set of eyes and some input, and perhaps we can get the Mithril factories going again.
Just make sure that you also don't pay for anything without, just consulting us, because we don't want to go into debts.
I'm very good with money, but thank you, Amelia. I won't buy anything. I'm helping with research.
I mean, off the top of your head, do you have any idea how we could heat this, without the use of the need for magic?
Right, you wanted to process Mithril in a non-magical way, correct?
That's the idea.
There is one thought I have there. This may not be the location for it, what with the perpetual shade. But you could use the lensing that is commonly found in telescopes to enhance the heat energy provided by the sun.
So your hypothesis is if we use the sun's energy focused through the lens of glass big enough that it should superheat enough to melt the mithril?
It is possible.
I do understand. However, I do not know of any lenses that large.
Did I not see a telescope up on the mountain?
Oh, well, mayhaps, but there's no way they let us take that.
If they have the technology and the ability to create such a thing, could you not have them help you create another? Again, being here in this valley, I do not know that you would have much in the way of sunlight to harness.
From the back of the room, Kurtish speaks up and says, I do not believe that the monks in the monastery created that glass. I believe it is a product of the ancient Fronheim Empire.
Oh, I see. There are artisans in Rahadum who have learned these technologies, or at least have recreated them. I have spent quite a lot of time at the university looking through maybe not quite so large glasses, but perhaps you should reach out beyond the bounds of the valley to inquire.
Zahura turns to you and says, "Our other theory." Well, he turns to the three and says, "We can trust these guys, right?" And it's at this moment that I have to ask you all, do any of you have ill intent or cannot be trusted?
I don't think I have an ill bone in my body.
No, no, you can trust me. Us.
2 days ago, I did not know this village existed. I bear no animosity towards it or any of its inhabitants.
You see, in the mine nearby, there is a forge deep inside the mountain. There is a lava flow underneath it. The problem is, we can't figure out how the forge utilizes the lava, or even get it to move about the apparatus. We think that there must have been a way, but we don't know how. And the problem is, we don't have the technology of utilizing the lava flow, so we've hit a bit of a rock, well, you know, we're kind of between an anvil and a hammer, if you understand the metaphor.
And have you had much opportunity to study this device?
It's very uncomfortable down there, so we try not to spend too much time down there, but, you know, Ember Forge has taken a good hard look at it, and we've all taken a swing at it, even tomorrow, and haven't had much success.
Are there other things of interest down in this mine?
Sorry. I got pizza delivered to me and I'm stuffing my face because I'm starving. I mean, the mine has mithril deposits, which makes it very valuable. However, we can't really do much with the ore. Not in the way they used to. So, for now, the mine is not living up to its full potential. Possibilities for Ebon Reach, if we can get this up and running, well, it's could be a very, very rich city.
So, Nick, as a relatively well-educated individual, but would I be able to roll something? I know they don't want to use magical means. Or at least they don't want to have to use magic in the actual forging. It sounds like they're open to potentially using magical means to accomplish a mundane end. Would I be able to roll like Arcana or History or something to try to come up with an insight to the problem they have?
Well, sure. I mean, like, what do you have anything like in mind, or are you kind of just like, I just want to make a roll for it?
Well, I mean, the engineer in me is coming up with ways you could try to apply, you know, heat to a metal. But
I will tell you this. I will say, I will give you a DC of 20. It's a high DC. I'll let you do Arcana, History, whatever you think, and I'll let you kind of determine what like the melting and boiling points of mithril are, or like is the best as you can, estimate.
Yeah, basically, like, how
Right.
hot do they actually need to get this?
Exactly.
Or is
Which
it
what I
actually a
think you're
heat thing and there's a
basically
process
shooting
missing?
for. Yeah. So, DC 20,
Okay, DC
and
20.
I'll throw those numbers your way.
All right. I'm going to go, I mean, they're all +6, basically, so I'm going to go with my history. And I still have inspiration from the day or our travel and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there too.
Guidance.
Cool. All right, you can absolutely use guidance in this situation. I'm fine with it.
Okay, so guidance gives me...
D4 to the check.
Okay. And you know what? Just for the hell of it,
Why not, right?
Oh,
24.
if it was DC 25, I'd be pissed.
24 is really good. So you have read, because who isn't a little interested in this kind of thing? You have read that the melting point of Mithril is like 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and the boiling point is like 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I don't know how they could do boiling, but okay. So
They can't really. That's
Yeah.
the point.
So the funny thing is, like, legitimately, assuming that the sun over this world is roughly the same temperature as ours, you legitimately could use a solar concentrator to reach that kind of temperature.
There you go.
So we need a tower with concentrated mirrors and lenses. Yes, I love it.
It would be quite the undertaking. But yes, if you were to construct a location perhaps on one of the mountains with the proper mirrors and lensing, you could make a crucible that would melt the mithril.
Yeah, but who's gonna fund that?
You say that you have a mithril mine? The mithril itself will be quite valuable. I am sure
If we
there
could
are
make a
those...
metal out of it.
Well, even mithril ore would be quite valuable. I am
Not
sure
as
there
much
are
as you
others.
think. Like, it's good for jewelry and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's no steel. You're more than welcome to go into the mines and take a look at it if you want, though.
I kind of want to go, Bindu.
Well, I'm going to let you guys dwell on that, and I'm going to go back to the other group. So, I think everyone came back. I saw back. You're back. Okay. So, back upstairs. Did you have any other questions for Varnadu and or Astrith?
Yes. Okay. I have food in me. I can think better. So we know that he was accompanied by the sister, but has the Naga? Have you heard of any other of his allies? Like who is of note that he. Like you said, he traveled with lots of people. The only one who accompanied him here was the sister. But are there other people that you're aware of that he trusts? Like, who are his commanders? His whatever they'd be called.
Unfortunately, I am not very familiar with the politics of this land.
Okay, maybe you're not familiar with the politics of this land. You're familiar with the traditions, though, correct?
Well, I never leave the monastery, and I have been here for, well, I lost count of how many years, but it's been a long time, so I know the traditions of the monks and the people that have come and gone from the valley from time to time.
Are you familiar with the flame? There's a word for it.
The eternal
The
flame.
eternal flame, that one.
I am familiar.
I guess this is a two-parted question. So you know of the original Firekeeper? Since you've been around for so long?
You mean the first Firekeeper?
Yes.
Well, the revered mother came here once.
I think she was referring to Talkery, the first firekeeper.
Oh. Oh, that is not a name I have heard for quite some time. I never met the man myself, but some of the other guardians that I know helped him. He came from the wilderness, and they took him to Suyu.
So he came from the wilderness. Sorry, I'm trying to type it. It's not working. So the first Firekeeper, why was he considered? Is he the one who brought the flame to Suyu? I'm unfamiliar with a lot of who he is, right? Other than first. So.
I'm not entirely sure where the flame that he produced came from, but he is the one that carried.
And then it was given to the Reverend Mother, and she kept it after that. Well, kept up with it.
Well, yes, the fire still burns in Suyu.
Well, not anymore.
Like at that, like even Asterith like turns around. Like she has not turned around this whole conversation. She's been looking into the telescope. But like when you say this, even like she like kind of turns around in her seat and looks at you, and he just kind of like stops like for a moment and says, "What?"
It's another thing we're working on in our journey. But no, the fire went out, and the Firekeepers were all they're not there anymore.
Seems
They're not there.
they were eliminated by the white scorpions. Let's see.
And Sizeris is going to pull out the white scorpion mask that we took from that assassin, the Shatter Kyle.
Now that is not a name I have heard for some time.
You keep saying that.
You keep bringing up ancient things.
What do you know about the White Scorpion?
Only that they're an assassin's kid. They are in a way akin to the monks here, but with a very different mission. kill for the highest bidder.
So they were paid off by someone to do this, clearly. But you haven't heard of anyone wanting to accomplish such a feat?
No.
There's never been weird, like, I mean, even in all of your years, has there ever been anyone who thought it could be a good idea to extinguish the flame?
Most people were very happy to see the violence end and the coming together of the people. It was what we Guardian Naga fought for.
So, in the beginning, when the flame was first produced, are you aware, like you say, you don't know where the fire came from, so did the Talkery person ever explain, or did you ever hear of how he came across the fire, like what he had to do to make it all happen?
No.
Have you ever heard the story or tale of the 6 incarnates?
No. What's that?
I'm afraid we don't have much information on that ourselves. The 6 incarnates, as far as we understand, represent the 6 cultures, and they each have their own temple hidden across this land. And we are under the impression that perhaps if we can journey to each of these 6 incarnates and complete whatever tasks they have, that we could reignite the eternal flame. Or at least one of us could become the next speaker for the ancestors.
Speaker for the ancestor. I like this. It is as if you're like Talk Reborn. Right under, though. What? Is there... Why is it that you go on this journey? I am learning so many new things this day. It seems you all are special. No such thing.
With the other fire keepers eliminated, the duty has to fall to somebody to at least attempt to reignite the flame of hope.
Well, I wish you the best luck. I fear you may need it. Especially what Uther shared for his knowledge.
What did he share? What did he offer up?
He shared with me that Improbus walks
The what?
Improbus.
Do I know what that is?
Under his breath, you're going to hear Caesar's whisper to you, the Nightmare Whisperer.
Ah, that explains the six-eyed creature.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there. Make a religion check. Anybody who wants to that's standing in this room that hears these things. So Zyzeris, Nightmare Whisper Improbus is not.
Ooh.
Improbus
How do you
is
spell
supposed to
Improbus?
be
That's what-
dead.
Yeah, this guy.
Why does he look familiar?
Yeah.
Whose background was he in?
That was Jethro and Bindu.
Improbus
Okay, I was like, he's familiar.
Wait.
is the old god of trickery.
Was he
Yep.
the guy during the trials?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Oh no. Oh,
Wearing the
God.
Alfred skin.
Oh no. Wow, Malia's in the wrong room.
I tried to get you guys to go.
You guys wanted to split up. Okay, this is not my fault.
I wanted everyone else to go, and I was going to talk to the blacksmith.
This is the best part about the group splitting up. Now you have to tell each other things.
We have
Look.
nobody from the Test of High Sorcery in this group.
Nope, not a single person. Nope.
Oof. Oof. Oh god. Ugh. Whoops. Well, this is gonna be fun.
How do you guys feel about those books now?
I like my books.
I know, a little too much. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Look, we're both learning today. Isn't that exciting?
It has been quite an exciting last few weeks indeed.
Has anyone else come seeking your knowledge recently, other than Budoka?
No, in fact, almost nobody visits me these days. So to have two visitors with such knowledge in such a short time is really unheard of.
Big things are happening.
Indeed. But be wary. There are many places in this world that have been abandoned. And you know as it is, when there are bones laid upon bones that are silent until your arrival, many things will be learned, but also very dangerous. It's as if things are awakening that shouldn't. Things that go bump in the night.
That's unsettling.
This Improbus god. If he's walking the earth, what do you recall a time where he used to walk the earth? I mean, are you familiar with his hijinks?
I was not around for the time of Godfall. Burkon was. He would judge of such thing.
I forgot. Did he already tell us where to find Burkon?
In the mountains to the east. You know, just the vast mountain region.
Yeah, I was just looking over my notes for that. We didn't get anything more specific, so if we actually want to go.
I think we asked for more specific, and then he's like, "Give me information."
I'll say he gives you like a specific path and trail. Like he'll give you like a number of like
Latitude and
landmarks
longitude.
like he'll
Which
give you like a
mile
number of
marker?
landmarks and things like that to follow. He's like, you know, go beyond the river this and up the pass of this and, you know, across the way to there, and he'll give you kind of a long like list of instructions that Nick didn't write out, and I apologize. That would have been cool, but I didn't think of it. but they have names, and I will get those eventually. So, I will say yes, he gives you the location of Burkon's realm.
As much as you love names, I think Ryan might be the only one who writes them down.
I got all the names.
Fair enough. I'm kidding.
He's just in the wrong group.
I do it for the immersion. And I didn't think of writing down like all the instructions on how to get there. I just thought about the where is there?
It's over the mountain and through the woods, clearly.
To grandmother's house
Start
you
of the
go.
right,
Burkon's house we
Until
go.
morning.
To Burkon's house we go. Is there anything else you all would like to talk with Varnadu and Astrith about?
I mean, I wish we had more answers.
Astrid? What? Sorry, what were you saying, Amanda?
No, that was it. I just wish we had more answers. I still don't know what to do.
Astrid, could you tell us more about what you and Sabre discussed? I mean, how did she seem? What was she like?
A very inquisitive, intelligent young woman. Asked very good questions about stars, different constellations. We talked a little bit about the theory of the astral realm. She seemed to have a good arcane mind about it. Wait, she's supposed to be in Boston, have a fucking New York accent. She's got a good mind about it.
Oh my god. Okay, did she seem any particularly interested in the something of Cordelia, whatever it was called?
The regalia of
seem-
Congria?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I like Cordelia.
Amelia Bedelia.
Astrith Varnadu, yes indeed. No, I mean, she seemed to care as much as she was being useful to her. I am not doing a Boston accent. I mean, she seemed to care as much as, like, useful to her lord or whatever, but, she seemed to have her own thoughts and opinions and desires. I don't know. She seemed bored with him and very interested in the telescope.
I see. And what did she want to know about the astral realms?
Well, she was interested in drawing power from there or sending people, what the possibilities of what could be drawn from there to here. Not as much as on the going there, which is what I'm interested in. So, I did, I'll admit, dismiss her a wee bit. But, she's also a little bit of a hoity-toity type, very proper and, well put together and whatnot.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That helps.
Uh-huh. She, waves her hand at you as she goes back to the telescope.
Is there anything else we needed to know?
I mean, there's many things we need to know, but none that I can think of asking.
All right. Well, thank you, Verdu. I would hope that we've exchanged enough information that perhaps we get two trips for information free next time.
We're pretty square. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. You bring such interesting knowledge. Also, Ryan, for what it's worth, since you got a natural 20 on your religion check, you also remember Congria, name of one of the dead gods. So
I'm not
there
gonna
you
lie.
go.
I thought you just had changed Congria to become a queen and like axed the god from the world, and I was like, oh man, why the
Nope.
kindness of Congria?
By the kindness of Congria, indeed.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll take our leave. Thank you again.
The sun is going down. Are you sure you don't want to stay the evening?
In here? We can stay here?
At the monastery, I imagine. Usually, Sale doesn't make a habit of putting people out in the cold unless they offend her.
I mean, this is a great place to stay. Yeah, no, it's cold out there. It's warm in here. Yep, no, I'm sold.
But we
Everyone
did
else
leave a
is gonna
number of
come.
our friends back in town.
I believe they would know to come here to find us, as at some point, unless someone gets distracted by, books or something like that.
I don't think
Yeah,
Jethro
there's
will
like
know
a
we're
guild
gone
of
for 2 weeks.
blacksmiths here.
Well, I could leave it up to the other three. Would you leave the blacksmiths and make your way to the monastery, or would you stay in town? Malia? Jethro?
I
Bindu?
don't want to like.
Bindu's
speak
been
on
gone
every
for
will
about
they have.
15 minutes.
Yep, Ben's internet died on him.
Oh.
He's being unusually quiet again.
Well, then the two of you will decide his fate.
Someone
we send
whispered the
a
name
messenger?
Improbus, and he just went quiet.
Sorry, just, could we like skate over this and send you guys a note with a messenger?
Oh.
Like, does the monastery have someone with that kind of... I feel like there's probably like little boys dime a dozen running around who can take a note and find them. You know what I mean?
You know, now that you mention it,
Also-
there were children running around this monastery.
All right. Verdu, would we be able to ask perhaps one of the young workers around here, or one of the young residents? I don't know the right word. To take a note to our friends in town to let them know where we are and where they could meet us.
Oh, I'm sure you could probably persuade one of them to do such a thing. Though, not many of the monks leave the monastery. Well, when they do, it's usually the older ones. The young ones stay here.
Oh, perhaps a servant then.
I will say
Actually-
that, Nick, I told you that Dominus is going with the other party, so he's there.
Oh,
Dominus.
Go
Oh,
get
then Dominus,
Okay,
why don't you go
Jethro.
tell
you
Jethro?
guys, you like turn around and you see Dominus is like lounging on the stairs behind you, like dogs like to lay on the stairs. Like Dominus
Trying
is
to
just laying
kill
on
people?
the stairs.
Okay.
Hey, boy, can you fetch Jethro? Fetch Jethro. Go get him, boy.
No, he's not stuck in the well. It's okay.
Well, dog comes. I
yeah.
think we go back to the monastery because I don't think we're gonna
Yeah.
go explore the
Same.
mine. I will be back tomorrow, and perhaps I will get my friends to come along and look at the forge down in the mine. Maybe we can come up with some assistance for you.
Okay, I will say Bindu or Dominus is able to come and get y'all. However, it is going to be dark while you guys are making your way up the mountain, so I will need a survival check from Aaliyah with advantage because this is a forest area.
Fuck yeah!
To navigate. Oh no, not with advantage. You add your proficiency.
Double your proficiency.
twice.
There you
That's
go.
right. We looked this up last time.
Guidance.
Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, my D&D Beyond closed out on me. Okay, so survival.
Nice.
Hell
Plus,
yeah, brother.
plus another
21.
2 so 23, plus a d4 so 24 minimum.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to navigate. Well, you are going to need a light source, but you're able to navigate up the mountain in the dark. Jethro, I need a perception check from you.
Oh. Sure. I'm blind as a bat, man. Oh, 14.
Jethro, you're not so blind that you don't catch sight of some eyes.
Did you really want to show me the creature that bad?
Why the fuck?
Hey, look,
They
you're the
follow
ones that went out in the dark, my guy.
I didn't even think about that. Oh no!
Did that show up for you, Lucas?
I get to see it.
You see 6 eyes in the darkness observing you, Jethro.
Oh, look at that. That's
What?
an interesting creature.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that six-eyed cat that you guys have been talking about for the last couple of days. It's
Wait,
over there.
where? Amelia's going to knock
Relax.
an arrow.
Relax. Don't scare it.
Where is it? What do you mean don't scare it? That thing infested my dreams, nearly killed me. Does Amelia see it?
I would like to roll a knowledge check on this thing now that I have first-hand sight.
Sorry, I was getting another piece of pizza. I heard you, though. Okay. Jethro, Arcana check.
Ooh.
Malia, perception check.
18.
Malia, you do catch sight of it once Jethro mentions it out in the darkness. And Jethro with a total of 21. Building on, like, Bindu's identification of them as, like, nightmares, you get, like, the feeling that, like, one, these things are, like, stalking you, or in a way they're predators that are, you know, following you. But you think that one of the things that they are feeding on is your fear.
Oh, that's why they're not coming after me.
Can Malia fire an arrow in
Would
its
you
direction?
relax? You gonna shoot him?
Oh no, yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the okay. That's why.
No, I mean, you fire an arrow off into the darkness, and it's very much like the same as last time, where, like, you fire the arrow, and then the image kind of disappears. And also, let me ask you, how are you feeling in that moment?
Anxious. Very stressed. She doesn't,
Good.
she hasn't
Good.
been getting a good enough sleep because she doesn't want to go too far, you know, to have another nightmare. Very stressed.
Well, it's gone now.
Okay, that's good. Why the fuck do they keep following us?
They feed on fear, Melia. And I have a feeling you have a lot of fear.
No, I don't. I'm just anxious. I mean, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to lie, because that's a different character. I know I'm scared. I know I'm scared because, it's just everything that's happening. This is out of my comfort zone. I am no longer in my hut. I am no longer with my cat. I am out here because of a series of poor decisions on my part. So, yes, I'm scared. I am trying to not be scared, but every single time those stupid monsters out there just keep appearing, and that does not settle my mood.
It is okay to be afraid, Melia. It's a normal emotion. You should not try to wish it away.
I kind of do.
But it's important to not lose one's head when you're filled with fear. Stay focused.
Thank you, Jethro.
Here, take this little coin that I have, and I hand her a coin, and when she clicks it, it produces an image of her cat.
Aw, yay!
If it worries you, touch the coin. You'll see your cat.
Thank you.
And I have another one here that smells like Bindu after he's been marching.
Why do you have... First, I have several questions.
He gave you the cat one, and he's keeping the one that smells like Bindu.
First of all, how did you get his scent? Second of all, how do you know what my cat looks like?
I heard you talk about your cat. You mentioned your cat. Bindu mentioned your cat. And so it's not exactly your cat, but it's close. The coloring, the size. It should be close to your cat. It should remind you of him.
It's very much perfect, thank you.
And as far as the Bindu thing, I honestly was doing it to keep you focused. Just a shot of smell will help you focus and think about something different in the moment. Kind of like, for me, it's parchment. When I smell parchment, my mind instantly transports to my safe place, my library. So perhaps a smell of Bindu, even though he's standing right here, might help put you in a safe state of mind.
Yes. Okay, yeah, Yeah, we also don't need to tell Bindu about this, okay? That's a bit weird, but don't tell Bindu.
Your secret is safe with me.
Right. Okay.
Bindu from way up ahead says, "Are you two coming?"
Yes. Sorry. Having a bit of a crisis back here, but we fixed it. Have you
No,
noticed?
Amelia was helping tie my shoes. I would have tripped.
That's a really good
That's a
one.
good joke, Jethro.
That's a very...
I got you.
Do you have a sense that, Bindu is acting differently recently? I just feel like he's afraid of me, and, just have... You know what? Forget it. Forget it. I was going to talk to him. Moment has passed. It's fine. Let's go. So that way we don't run into any of those six-eyed monsters.
Yes, strength in numbers. Stay close to Bindu.
Yep. And Melia's going to take a little huff of Bindu enfant.
Ode to Bindu?
Ode to Bindu. And she's going to continue walking.
Jethro's just gonna light a cigarette. It's like, shit, we're dealing with some heavy stuff here. Oh, man.
Eventually, the two of you are able to make it to the monastery and gain an entrance and are led all the way up the stairs unless y'all are... Where are y'all hanging out in the monastery? You gonna hang out with Varnadu the whole time, or what are you gonna do?
Wait, did we want to ask Varnadu about crystals now that
Yeah, yes.
Like,
So
while we're waiting for the
still
messenger to come
upstairs
back.
hanging out with Varnadu.
We didn't make it very far.
Oh, wait. Are they still with Varnadu?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can ask him questions too. Yay! Sorry.
Best of both worlds.
What crystal question did you want to ask Varnadu?
Does Bindu like me?
Are you familiar with a unique kind of magical crystal that is in areas of the land?
Could you be more specific? You mean like diamonds?
No, magic crystals that have
Perhaps we should
powers.
just show,
What was that?
perhaps we should just show Varnadu what we mean.
Yeah,
Now that-
yeah. I don't. Now that Malia's here, Malia
Oh,
has
we're
it,
talking
right?
crystals.
Jethro. Yep, Jethro will be the crystal man too. Yes, crystals. Yes.
Crystal man.
He's our crystal dealer.
You could call me Heisenberg.
But yeah. Just mostly curious if you are familiar with, like, because I mean you've been around for so long. These clearly have been here for at least a while. So they seem to have minds of their own sometimes. At least different properties of their own. Just And she's gonna like. Jethro, do you still have it in your back? Like,
No, I actually use it for arcane purposes. It's my
there
focus.
You go. That. She's gonna point to Jethro's crystal.
I am not familiar with it, though I am not much one for stone. You know, the blacksmiths came and asked me about stone once, but I didn't know. Burkon might know. These are things stone giants love talking about.
I mean, they do say that giants formed the earth.
You asked me a question and I gave you an answer. If you don't like the answer, that's on you, not me, okay?
Whoa, where's this hostility coming from?
Look, she seems frustrated and I'm just responding to that. No.
You answer my riddle with more riddles.
You want to attack the guy that has access to at least 5th level spells?
Well, he's got one less.
He's got one less.
It was the fifth
We
level
got the
spell
full party now.
that we asked him to do too. Imagine if he actually got mad at us.
Oh, is that a telescope?
Yes. Yes?
Oh, that wasn't one of my questions for you. I'm sorry.
Jethro, you need to be a lot more cautious about what you ask Varnadu. You're going to have to exchange information with him or offer him something of substance. It's how
Oh,
the
is
thing
that how
works.
that works? I thought that was sphinxes. Or was
You're
that
thinking
riddles?
of genies.
Genies, gotcha.
Monkey paws? I don't know.
Oh, by the way, Varnadu, I am Jethro Veloxy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine, Jethro. White robe? This is Astrith. He points over at the telescope with his tail.
Hello, Astrith.
Sup?
I was going to have something clever, but I
That's all
don't.
you get. That's all you get out of her. Well, it's getting late. Is there any other questions that you have? You all look around and notice Trey is gone.
Shit.
Fuck,
Yes.
Trey.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Oh.
I have a question, but not this question. Do we know where Trey is?
I'm gonna take out my flask and kind of shake it a little bit. See if
Like cat treats?
yeah.
No, he seems to be not in this room.
Not a question that I'm going to ask, not my real question. Do you happen to have, like, I don't know, bars, something with alcohol in this monastery?
I think the monks keep ale and wine and the like for
Well-
dinner and the other such things.
Still not my question. Still not my main question. Where specifically is this?
You ask a lot of questions that aren't your question.
Well,
What question is it that you have?
I mean, I just. Okay. Do you all mind if I ask this question? And then we ask him a question about where the wine is. Is that okay?
I just need you to stop using that word.
Questions. Look, I'm sorry that I'm questioning things.
Melia, take a puff.
Sorry, we saw what more of those six-eyed freaks out there, so a bit miffed if you. Whatever. Okay, my question is, how do you unwind two intertwined souls that are inhabiting the same body? They weren't born like that. They just happened to be like that.
I have no idea. Is this a riddle?
No, this is.
It's literal.
No. It's literal.
Oh.
Have you heard of anything like that?
I guess that's different. Those are two different questions. So I guess first, no, I don't know how to unwind two souls that have been wound together. I have heard of one UNT who did such a thing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the name Shaskal Otlum?
Oh yes, the terrible one.
Rolls right off the tongue.
What do you want from me?
He was the one on the mural in the tomb.
He was said to be a powerful UNT anathema that split his spirit into many pieces.
Uh-huh. That is another question. You have not asked me for anything in return. Did one of his souls manage to get someone else?
Your friends have provided much information, and as they pointed out, I owed them a couple.
We're using store credit.
Wait, she's using our credit.
Okay.
On where's the wine?
No, we're not with her. You should bill her separately.
I'm so sorry.
She's not on our tab.
How many more free answers? Can I use?
How about important questions, Melia?
Right. Okay.
And that was a good one with the souls. That was a good question.
Yes. Did any of those souls manage to get into someone else's body, and then two souls inhabiting one body?
Like a possession?
Not like a possession, just... I don't know, just like two souls, one body. That sounds... Hello?
I think he's thinking.
Sorry, my dog was barking a lot, and so I was letting her outside, but she was being obnoxious about it. Okay, sorry, what did I miss?
Asking questions about the souls again.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the question? Sorry.
When Shaskal? When Shaskal like split his souls, did it inhabit another person's body? So like two souls, one body situation? at any point?
I don't know the specifics of it. It could have been.
Do you know what happened to the pieces of his soul that he split apart from?
As I heard, he put them into various things, or people, or objects. I'm unclear of the specifics.
Oh. That makes sense. You need a vessel to put the spirit in.
Out of character, it's like a Horcrux situation.
Yeah, it's like a Horcrux.
Like a crystal in your pocket kind of situation.
So, like, is Melia like Harry Potter and she's a Horcrux to Alice?
She's the boy who lived. Wait a minute.
Yes, he is
the boy who
Voldemort in the
lived.
back of your head. Yes.
Oh, no. Oh,
Only one shall live while the other remains.
I have a question.
You've had many.
I've had several, actually. The whole wine thing does not count. Can I ask one more
Right, that
question?
wasn't your question.
It was not my question. It was just like a whole, where's this, where's that? Just general.
Melia needs to ramp up and get into the right train of thought. So,
Right, of course.
practice.
While she's asking these questions, Big C's is going to make her way towards the door, and she's gonna start looking around for Trey. She doesn't like that the nightmare eyeball creature's on the loose and he's missing. So she's just gonna start wandering around the monastery, trying to find him.
Okay. Malia, what's your question?
How do you know if a soul's been broken apart into many pieces?
I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the intricacies of soul magic.
Who is? Oh, right.
An interesting question. Other than the one that I asked, prior spoke about.
Who?
I'll make it a roll for him. Let me see. That's a pretty good roll. If I was to ask something I didn't know, then the Keeper of Secrets is who I ask. Though the Nightmare Whisperer has been known to ask terrible prices in return for such knowledge.
Right.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much. You've been a help. I don't care what you say. He's been a help. Shut up. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Who
And I
are you
appreciate it.
talking to?
I'm talking to no one.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, meanwhile, in other parts of the monastery, Trey, you find Saleh Padan. She is just in her study, which is near the kind of just main kind of like it's like a large kind of like courtyard. Like courtyard is not the word I'm looking for because that's an outdoor thing. What's like a large large kind of interior chamber? Antechamber?
Dojo?
Hall. A great the great hall, like kind of like the main hall. There you go, main hall. That is what I'm looking for. Like the main hall area. Her her office is kind of like right off of it.
Just going to walk up and give her a wave, and I think you wanted to talk to me about something.
When I look at you, I see somebody who's lost their way.
No, I'm pretty set on the path I've taken right now.
That is what I mean. You don't seem to be somebody who knows where they come from.
I come from Rahadun.
Your father comes from Rahat. That is not where you come.
Then where do I come from then? If you know.
You come from your mother.
I mean, yeah. Most people come out.
But your mother, she is Shadar Kai.
What's Shadow Kai?
It's what we are. I can tell when one has seen the shadow and moved through it. You do it in a instinctual way, not in a learned way. I'm sure there are limits to your abilities.
I mean, I only do it in times of when I get real mad. Pretty much.
Mad, angry, a secondary emotion. You should be more in control of your feelings. Instead, you drown them in a bottle. Tell me, what do you know of Our Lady's teachings? What do you know of the Raven?
Something to do with death, like darkness, shadows. That's about as much as I know.
She purifies the souls by forcing us mortals to deal with our fears and our pain. The path of fate is sacrosanct, you see. So one such as you who pridefully casts off destiny, eventually you will be punished for such behavior.
Well, as long as I kill Gooderkel first, that doesn't bother me none.
And what after? Do you not care what happens to your soul?
I've just assumed I'll die doing it. I never thought about my soul. Just revenge, murder. Not because I like it, but because I need the... He's got to pay for what he did to her.
I understand the feelings of vengeance that you must have in your heart. It's a shame. It will most likely consume you. I wish I could teach you the ways of the shadow. But if I did, the shadows would also consume.
Yeah, she's burning stuff and everything. Ain't nobody gonna check on her.
When I go to sleep sober, I
know.
terrible
Not a
nightmares.
whole lot we can
Just
do in that situation, though.
I keep hearing whispers in my dreams. Is that because of my mom?
Okay.
Is that because of what I am?
I'm sorry that Beatrix abandoned you. You're with Roland.
You're gonna see Trey's eyes go up because his dad didn't talk about his mom, and like Trey didn't know his mom's name.
You
So
look so much like her.
You're saying she's still alive?
Yes. She yet lives and walks her own dark path.
Wait, dark path? What do you mean by that?
All I can tell you is that she no longer walks in the Raven's Queen's graces.
Ah, so she's listening to those whispers in the shadows.
No, those come from our queen.
Oh.
She's listening to the whispers of another.
So you're telling me you can teach me how to control these powers, but I have to give up this quest of vengeance?
No. You would have to learn how to control your emotions.
What do I need to do?
I suspect you need to give up that bottle first.
Oh.
Which, for you, may be a harder quest than vengeance.
Trey's gonna take a drink out of his flask.
And I'm going to say at that moment is when Bixis shows up.
Hi, Bix.
Yeah, I figured. Here you are. And she's just gonna usher to the drink. You couldn't wait like 5 minutes?
This lady says my mom's alive and she knows who she is.
Oh. Shit. She'll reach for the flask also.
Like you pull out Trey's flask that you were holding?
Yeah, do you pull out the good flask?
Did I get it back from Melia?
You guys need to keep track of it, alright? I don't know who has the good flask. You just need to label like one the good flask and one the bad flask and keep track of who has it.
We'll say
Would
yes.
have given it back.
Okay, yep, I'll pull out the good one that has different stuff in it now.
The one that's empty?
It's empty. I got water in it now.
You like go to take a drink of yours, it's empty, and so you like go and take his.
Yeah. So that's. How do you know? How do you? Hold on. How do you know Trey? And how do you know Trey's mom?
She
How
knew
did
who
you?
my
We
dad
didn't
was.
say our names like when we came in, did we? Maybe we did. How do you know him?
He looks just like his mother, who I was a pupil with.
I want to roll an insight check on this girl. 7.
I mean, why would she be lying to you?
I don't know. I don't trust her now. Trey doesn't need this shit in his head. He's got enough problems.
I mean, what you do know is that you don't know dick about Trey's mom. And this is the first time anyone has ever said anything like this, so like
Yeah, that's why when he's like, "Hey, by the way, my mom's alive and she has a name," and I'm like, "Oh, this shit's real. Okay, okay, sorry." Okay. So, is she here? You're her pupil. Like, I mean, do we need to go? What does that mean?
We were students together.
Well, I'm aware that you're students together, but like, how do you know she's still alive?
Well, I'm assuming she is. She only left here when Roland came into her life. And after that, well, let's just say we've heard rumors.
Like what?
She was last seen near one of Guterkurl's prisons. Don't know why, though.
She was a prisoner, or she was.
No, she seemed to be running some kind of operation, is how I understood the information. Though, it did come from a circus clown.
What did you say her name
God.
was?
Say that again?
What did you say her name was?
Beatrix.
Oh.
She is the one who tried to kidnap the kids that the circus stopped.
She tried to kill Jethro.
Damn it, Trey,
Or
we're
not
gonna
Jethro,
kill your
the captain.
mom.
We don't know
No,
that.
we don't know that. One hot mama.
Benefits of a B plot. I can introduce things that you guys just gonna have to know and pretend you don't.
So your mom works with Guterkel. Well, that's. Does anyone's family not work with him at this point?
Mine doesn't.
I don't think mine does.
Mine is dead, so no.
Not that we know.
There's our D&D player. Yeah.
Until they're not.
Until they're not. Oh no.
Don't worry, Jethro's family got a long line of people before yours start dying.
Doesn't mean
Well,
his more like
back
I don't know. They'll probably start working for it. He could probably command a whole Guterkel army with the amount of people in his family.
My family are like rabbits. They're gonna replace the ones that are missing.
Oh god. Oh, okay, that's. She's gonna look at Trey and try and read him of like how's he looking right now? Just, you know,
Lost.
buddy old pal.
Trey's lost. A lot of information for Trey.
Saleh, she stands up and she says, "Walk with me."
Oh, follow Saleh.
Follow them.
She leads the two of you just down this corridor, like all the way down the main hall to this large kind of double doors that are made of this like black iron. And she pushes it open and she walks inside and kind of beckons you to follow her. Do you follow her inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Why not?
So you walk in and she shuts the doors behind you, and inside the room is like completely dark. Trey, you have dark vision, and Bixis, you also have dark vision. So you are able to see in the darkness before the glow starts to emit from this large central crystal in this room. You can see there's this like big, like amethyst-like crystal in the middle of this room.
But I'm not. Wait. The Naga guy said he doesn't know anything about crystals.
Oh, everyone else gets the cool stuff.
Let me finish.
He's a liar.
Inscribed on this crystal in like this gold, like almost like magical writing, seem to be like scriptures, detailing out what you could tell to be the scriptures of like the Raven Queen. So these are the commandments of the matron of ravens. And so there's like 3 sides to this amethyst crystal, and on one side it says, death is the natural end of life. Grieve the fallen, but do not pity them. Exult in the time that they were granted. The middle one says, the path of fate is sacrosanct. Those who pridefully cast off destiny must be punished. And the last side says, undeath is an atrocity. Death is too good a punishment for those who pervert the rightful transition of the soul.
Yeah, I'm
And,
not very
she-
religious, but that's pretty deep.
And she turns to you, Trey, and she says, these are the tenets you must accept to be able to embrace the shadows without being lost to them. Trey, I have a power of sorts to see into the fates of things. When I saw you, I saw one who was not on their path. And I'm sad for you. And I wish for you to come back to your fate. Deeper in this temple, there is a place, a sacred chamber called the Communion Pool. Those that master our way, that is their final test. If I let you go to the Communion Pool now, you would be lost and you would not return.
So what should I do now?
To you. When you feel you're ready, you may return here. I make no judgments of you.
All right. Thank you.
She'll like open the doors and show you two out. Meanwhile, back upstairs, is there anything else anyone wanted to talk with Varnadu and Astrith about?
Does Bintu like me? Like me or something?
Varnadu's holding like a glass of tea, and he like takes a sip from the tea, and he's like, "Girl, I can't tell you."
Fuck.
Jethro will go to Astra.
What's up, Wheels? Pretty good hardware you got there.
Thank you. I got the design from the tinkerers and blacksmiths downtown. I was just curious at what you were looking at. Any particular constellation?
I mostly search the stars for, secrets of what binds us here. How much do you know about the barrier that seems to be around this world?
Around this world. I know a little, very little bit. I studied it briefly. Wasn't my area of focus.
Make me a deception check. You have no fucking clue what she's
have
talking
no idea.
about.
I'm so bad at this. 5.
Yeah, like you're just kind of like you like
Barriers.
sound like one of those.
I
kids
studied
who's
barriers once.
Like, yeah, like. Okay, so you just never mind. She just goes back to like looking at the telescope.
I don't. Okay, I apologize. I should not have lied. I do not know about a barrier around the Earth or the planet.
You know, it's okay to admit you don't know things.
I don't like it.
I thought you white robes were supposed to be like all good and pure, not all prideful.
Well, you see, you're right. We shouldn't. But when I come up against something that I don't know, I don't like saying that I don't know. But I need to work on that. But I noticed the telescope.
That's okay, kid. I'm just ribbing you. Anyway, so there's this weird, like, barrier around the world. So, like, it seems to be some kind of thing that, like, keeps supernatural forces... Not supernatural, like... You know how the monks here, they worship that fucking Raven Queen?
Yes.
She's not an actual, like, god as much as, like, a powerful being, you know? Or, like, she used to be a god, but isn't a god anymore, you know? You know?
Yeah, in between divinity and mortality, yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, so like if a broad like her tried to kind of come into the material plane, like this like barrier wouldn't allow it. But it also kind of seems like it's also preventing things from escaping, almost like a prison.
Yeah, but those that follow the gods are able to receive some form of power, so there is some transfer of energy between the outer planes and the one that we are on.
It's true, because if you think, it's not like quite like a wall. It is a little bit like prison bars. So like there's holes, but the whole thing can't get through.
Yeah, interesting. So, are you trying to find a way out?
Well, that's the idea, isn't it?
I mean, it sounds very fun. I read Gideon Firebrand's Astral Adventures, and going out to the Astral Sea sounds like an amazing time to explore. There's so much more out there than there is here.
Oh, there very much is. That's where I was born, you see. That's where I'm from. That's my hometown. But I can't get back there. I'm stuck here.
How did you get here and stuck?
Well, I kind of got what you call astrally jaunted here. See, I kind of got knocked off of the ship that I was on, which sent me spiraling. And then I just kind of crash landed on this plane, and I've been having to traverse it ever since. And I found this place and this, and I've been set up camp here.
Oh, that sounds like a harrowing tale.
Believe me, it is. It drive one to smoke. And she like pulls out a pipe and starts smoking.
Oh, he'll light her pipe. Just allow me.
While I'll be a gentleman.
Yeah, well, you know, we try to be good with the white robes.
So I've heard.
Yeah, the Astral Sea. Well, if
Home sweet home.
if
The big A.
the big A, hey. If I find anything when I'm out and about, I'll see if there's a way that we can, maybe there's a projection or a way to get you back up. I'll let you know.
Hey, if it tickles your fancy, White Robe Boy.
I mean, I plan to go to all of the libraries around the continent. I'm sure there's something at some point that will give us some information.
I'll probably be here.
Nice. All right.
Well, party.
Is there a
What?
hot tub or a bath? I feel like I haven't washed in weeks.
You know what? There is now. Hot tub. No, yeah, I will say that there's like a communal like bathing area.
Jethro is going to go
Yeah,
soak his
with
bones.
built-in hot
His back
springs.
is hurting. He's been sitting in this chair over
Why
mountains
not?
for 2 weeks.
Yep, I'm gonna say there's an onsen here. Straight up. Hot springs. Is Bindu going?
Yes, Bindu's going.
Bindu's not feeling well. Bindu's laying down right now. So that you can talk about him while you're there.
I can show you what he looks like.
I know what he looks like, Jethro. Thank you.
But yeah, you guys can totally go to the hot spring.
Jethro is definitely going to go soak.
All right. Well,
oh.
thank you all again for all the information. We appreciate it. And for the place to sleep. We appreciate that too.
Well, any friend of Saleh's is... Well, that's not true. Welcome.
To the hot springs.
Go to hot springs.
I think Cyceris is going to hang out at the monastery.
Oh no, Cyceris.
Don't worry, the hot spring's in the monastery.
It is, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
come and join us,
Wherever
Cyceris.
dorm or lodgings.
He could at least dip his feet in.
I think I'll
I think he means we're not going to get to
inquire
see him.
into whatever our lodgings, bed spaces, and room makeup's going to be. I'll make sure that we all have enough fresh bed linens.
You are a good man, Cyceris. Thank you for taking care of us.
Poor Cyceris.
No one's gonna force him to come. That's what I would do.
You don't
Peer
do
pressure?
pressure.
I don't think Jethro
yeah.
can
My
force
survival-
anybody to do anything.
With
Big
my
truck
4
and big
survival
teaser.
checks, I don't want to drown.
During one of our hot tub episodes, I got Kevin to swim. I can do anything.
I think you threw her in.
No,
Wait.
I paid you to swim, and you did.
Technically, she walked on the water, so
That
that is
is true.
progress.
I am a tinker. I can make floaties.
Oh my
I don't
god.
think that. I don't think that's Zyzeris' problem.
I appreciate the thought, though.
Maybe a swim mask would do.
I mean, if it helps, I'm going there to kind of relieve some stress that's been going on. If you're stressed out, I mean, I've heard that it helps you disentangle your thoughts.
Phrasing.
I don't. What?
And speaking of which, Zyzeris, when was the last time you took a bath? Was it when you were in Pondhaven?
He was stunned.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It's been a
Cyceris.
couple- been a couple
Can only
days.
do so much.
He's all right. He doesn't sweat.
I'll find a wash basin. And an old rag.
Well, the rest of y'all can go hot tubbing.
So,
talk about all the juicy information you just learned.
yes, you all could have sent word earlier about a crazy questioning and answering sage experience.
You seemed really, really excited about what you were in.
Oh my god, he was beyond excited.
And we already knew that we were coming to see a sage that was supposed to be all-knowing.
Well, you see, they're having trouble processing mithril without magic, and I thought that was very noble of them, and it would help, the whole populace here if we could help with the export of processed mithril without the use of magic.
I'm not saying your quest wasn't noble. It's just you knew what we were doing, so don't say we could have called you sooner. You were very excited about whatever you were doing with the mithril non-magical means. And I'm happy you were able to assist them. I'm sure that they haven't had brains like yours here in a long time.
Well,
And
we
it's a
haven't
nice book for you.
we haven't figured it out yet. They have a forge in the mine, the mithril mine, that isn't currently working, and I was hoping that we might be able to go and look at it while we're here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like Gudurkel's gonna kill himself, but it's fine. We can definitely.
Oh, speaking of Gudurkel, did you get any information on him?
Some, yes, some.
We got information on his possible next move, so it could be our next move, depending. We might.
It should be our next move based on how many questions were. Well, he would know, but
We might, postpone questioning the sister because apparently the sister's with Gudurkel, so it actually would be 2 birds, 1 stone to go that next direction instead. But we hear they're going to see a stone something something stone something stone beast,
Stone
monster
giant?
in the mountains.
Stone giant. Yep.
Stone giant in the mountains.
Named Birkin. But the god.
Birkin. I don't think I've done any research on a Birkin. Are they particularly special?
Just ancient. Incredibly ancient. Apparently here longer than time itself. Knows all the things that this one didn't.
DM, can I roll a time check? No.
3 days.
Yeah, giants live really, really,
Yeah, they
really
live a long
long
time.
time.
But before time?
Live longer
Come
than
on.
Nagas.
Well, actually, Jethro, make me a religion check.
I would love to. I know a thing or two about religion. I could guidance if I want, but I'll take a 23.
Jethro, you do know that in the giants' creation myth, they are not from this plane. They are from the plane of the god of nature. Oh my god, Ryan. Help me.
Ezio?
Yes, but I was thinking the name of the realm.
Oh.
You always remember it, and I always forget it.
Oh, damn it.
I love you forever.
A nature plane?
Hold on. No, it's...
Casa Bonita.
Oh my god.
San Juan Capistrano.
I cannot believe
starts
I'm
with
blanking
M.
on this right now.
The Amazon.
Muldrow? No.
McClear.
MacLear. Thank you,
MacLear?
Ryan.
I hate that place.
That place is the coolest.
I got eaten like 5 times there.
It's
I
amazing.
believe that's how I spelled it. Was as 2 words.
Oh, right. Yes. Before time. That would make sense. Not actually before time, but before time recorded on this rock. That makes sense. Jethro will reach out to a journal and write down McClear and Birkin. ancient
Actually,
stone giant.
Bigsies, when that is mentioned, Asusa chimes in and says, "You know, I've been there before."
Have you?
Yes. To the land of the giants. I went there with Alanon. It was a wondrous place. We saw the world tree.
World tree.
It was the most magnificent tree I've ever seen. It was like being home. It's the tree I came from.
You came from back there?
Yes. I am a branch of the great tree.
I feel like I knew that, but I didn't know it was there. I didn't know that's what sticky note means to this. So it's possible to go there then, which is, I mean, obviously because you know some of them are here and you went there, so that's cool. Any chance you spoke with a bird-hidden stone giant before?
No, I've never. I believe that Alanon met Burkhan before he found him.
That's cool. You know, I've heard some really cool things about him, and happy to have you with me. Well, I don't know if she was this information.
Bixie's just like zoned out for a second there.
Jethro's just kind of wading in the water, feeling not feeling the weight of his dead legs is nice. Kind of splashing around. So, does anybody have tattoos?
Is there anything
yes,
else?
actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do tell, do tell.
Well, no, Rachel was talking first.
Oh, no, just I wonder. Amelia wanted to ask if anyone learned anything else, but no. Who has tattoos?
Rachel,
What?
we do.
Shit,
You do?
I do. Fuck.
Trace got
Jethro has tattoos.
But
Right.
Valeris, actually the marks on her shoulders are tattoos. And they kind of extend down her arm.
Wait, I
Are
think
they like
remember-
tiger stripes?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's so cool.
And then Melia, I'm pretty sure has matching ones, but
Yes.
not as much.
Like
Yes, I
just down the
remember that.
bicep kind of thing?
Yes.
That's cool.
Trace got an anatomically correct heart on his tattooed on his chest with it being on fire.
A
Ooh,
fire
that's
heart? Nice. Jethro has 2 runes written across his fingers on both hands. And anybody who speaks Dwarven would know it says little bug.
Trace
Aw.
speaks Dwarven.
Yeah. So it says little on his right hand and bug on his left hand in Dwarven. He also has scars on the insides of his arms in Draconic, written in Draconic.
You guys are more than welcome to continue having this conversation, but I am going to take a 10-minute break and we're gonna go put Charles to bed.
Knock him out.
Yeah.
10 minute break, and/or y'all can keep hot tubbing and talking. It's totally up to you. But I am going to step away for about 10 minutes, and I'll be back, and then we can continue.
Does somebody in the hot tub speak Draconic to read Jethro's arms?
I don't know. Does anybody? That's why I was hoping you'd be there.
Damn!
I could show you later.
What do your arms say?
The right arm says, hold on, I got it on here somewhere. So it's actually, it's not tattooed, it's cut into his arm in draconic runes, and his left arm says be strong to protect yourself, his right arm says be stronger to protect others.
Damn.
Yeah, he looked up to his big bro, and he just walked away.
His big bro broke a little bit.
Yep. So did Jethro, a little bit.
I broke less than you did.
I broke my legs. Oh. But yeah, you would see on Jethro's, like, where he wears his long shirt, his arms are like all cut up, but the deepest cuts are the draconic runes.
Are you jacked?
No, he's thin as licorice.
Ah.
Not as thin as Christian Bale in The Mechanic, or Joaquin Phoenix, but like slightly higher than those guys.
That's still really skinny.
Yeah, he's only got an 8 strength, so he has like little to no muscle mass.
Like, can you see your spine through your stomach?
Pretty close.
When you're floating on the water.
Yeah, when he's floating on the water, he looks half skeletal. But he's got a strong constitution, so I think there's probably enough fat cover in there.
Are you vulnerable to bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, yes, he is.
I got a 12 strength and 20 dex. So I don't think I'm like super buff, but I'm super lean. Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brad Pitt or a Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, someone that's got, tight muscle fibers, but you're not a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're built for agility, not for strength.
I'm thinking if we hit level 4, I'm thinking about taking mobile. Just hey.
Oh yeah, I did that with Roger. My monk.
So good.
I caught up to a horse that was running away. It was awesome. And then the dude shot me. It was great.
I caught up to a horse and I got shot. With my, I'm gonna go. I'm drunken master right now, but when I do more stuff with the shadows, I'm gonna switch it to shadow monk.
Ooh, those are fun.
Ooh.
And then with that dash, and if Nick lets me use a bonus action as an action, I can make 40 feet in a turn.
Well, the shadow jaunt is only like, what, 30 feet, right?
Well, no, my shadow jaunt's 30 feet. The shadow monk's shadow step is 60 feet.
60 feet, yeah.
And I'll have 50 feet of movement. Or I could just action dash.
You'd get 100. You'd actually get more if you double dash than you would if you shadow jumped. Yeah, but that mobile feat Oh my god, I had that on Roger when we were playing. Oh my god, that fight against what was that guy's name?
The zombies or the
No,
one
when
dude
they
that I
when
heat metal to death.
no, it was the last combat because like
Oh, the
the reverse
goblins.
gravity thing and everyone was like hitting rocks and shit. The Black Rider, the Black Rider fight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was great. Basically, there was like reverse gravity and everything was difficult terrain. So I just dashed and ignored all the difficult terrain and I was moving like 120 feet around. It was great.
Nick's letting me use the dice from, well, they were playtesting, but the one D&D monk, where instead of a D4, they start out with a D6,
Nice.
and I'm very thankful for that.
I originally built Roger taking a feat because I took my feat as the unarmed fighter.
Tavern brawler.
No, not the tavern brawler. It was the unarmed fighting style. So I took a feat to get a fighting style just so I could do a D8 of damage with my fists. And then I realized I was like, "Oh, this is a terrible idea. Let's rebuild the character."
I like mobile because I don't trigger attacks of opportunity, and just with the movement, being able to like run up, punch a guy who I really don't want to hit me, and get away.
It's great for the monk. I don't know what I'm going to do with Jethro. I got a lot of skills maxed. There's a couple of things I can do with him feat wise.
I'm not going to do a monk dip.
A little monk dip. Oh yeah, I would really love to see a monk with him. I was thinking,
Tavern brawler, use your wheelchair as a weapon.
actually, I have stats for my wheelchair. It does more damage than I could if I was a tavern brawler.
Are there guns in this universe? We need to put a machine gun.
I have firearms abilities as an artificer.
Sounds like yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into Loveless from Wild Wild West. Put some guns on my thing. Actually, I could make spider legs and have climb speed with this chair. Imagine Jethro just climbing around.
Yes, you giant crystal on your back, spider legs, reading a book, frothing at the mouth. It's a really good book.
It's a really good book. I call it Charlotte's Web.
That is a good book.
It is a good book.
Another horribly sad children's book.
Right?
Pile on the trauma.
That's why I liked Holes so much. It's like, here's a good book. I like this book. Happy ending.
Right?
You mean you didn't like the ending of Old Yeller?
No. I remember I was reading Where the Red Fern Grows, and I'm just bawling my eyes out. My dad walks in and goes, "Whoa, what's wrong?" And I show him the book cover. He goes, "Oh shit!" And he leaves the room.
I ain't dealing with that
the
today.
exact same experience with my dad, because he's the one that told me to read the book.
Yeah,
He walks in, he's like, "Oh, you're at the end, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you ever feel like maybe he was doing that, like, to be, like, he was like, oh, my kid's being an asshole. I should tell her to read this horrible book.
No, I just really like reading.
I
When I was
really
Trying
like
to
reading.
get you off of reading. Like, here, read this.
As weird as it
I
sounds,
think the best way to make a child read Where the Red Fern Grows is to persuade them not to get a dog.
as weird as it sounds, it made me appreciate my dog more, understanding the loss of a dog. even though it was fictional, it still hit very heavy, and like the time you have with your pets is very important. So love them a lot. But I just brought it down.
Oh, you're good. I was thinking about a terrible book that I read. It was called The Shack. Did any of you read that?
Never heard
No.
That sounds familiar.
It's a story.
Basketball player?
No,
I
not
read
not a
that
Q.
book.
Basically, it's a story, and it's really heartbreaking. It's about a father whose daughter got abducted, and terrible things happened to his daughter, and he was looking for his daughter and found the shack in which all the terrible things happened, and then eventually he confronts the person that took his daughter, and I don't recall exactly how it ended, but like he had to eventually come up and like forgive the person or something. Like he spent his whole life chasing this person, and it like killed his life. But it was a really sad story.
What's the name of that book? I read it. I was like, this is fucking heartbreaking. Little girl gets kidnapped and murdered in bad ways, and then the dad's trying to figure
Lovely
out.
Bones.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the name of
Oh
it.
my god, the Lovely
The
Bones.
movie has Stanley Tucci in it, and he does amazing as the
I
kooky
love that
dude.
Oh
actor,
my
and
god,
it's such a
yeah.
And the
Yeah, me
terrible
ending is
too.
role.
so unsatisfying
Mm.
because nobody finds out that he did it because
I
he
like
got rid of the
In
freaking
the book
thing.
they do, but he's never caught.
Mother Earth was there, didn't he die
Yeah.
to the icicle?
Killed by an icicle in the movie. I think in the
Oh,
book
that's
he
right.
just slips and falls.
Mother Nature's watching.
Yeah.
She's a vengeful bitch. We love her.
I just
Uh, but on movies or books with happy endings, because of Winn-Dixie,
Oh yes. Yeah, yeah,
Did you
because
ever
the
read a
ending of Winn-Dixie is ambiguous, at least with the ending of the movie. More concrete, right?
I mean, in both technically, because they're able to find him, and then all the good shit happens.
Do you
Hmm.
remember Animorphs?
Yes.
I
Yes.
remembered reading it. I was in an Animorph book club.
Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
joined it because I had a crush on a boy, but turns out I liked Animorphs more. So,
I love those weird young teen book series like Pendragon, the Warrior series with the
Yes.
cats,
I
Warrior
never
Cats,
read
yes.
Warrior.
the Guardians of Gahul. I was into that shit. I love those owls.
They're so dark.
Secrets of New.
There, bro. Every
Ooh.
every book series where it's like we're small little creatures, and it's like there's the Battle of 1549. I watched my brother take an arrow in the eye, and I'm like, Jesus, I thought they were playful cats.
Have you guys seen Watership Down
Oh,
Yep.
my
with the
father
rabbit?
made me watch that. I wanted to leave so many times. He's like, "No, you gotta watch it." I'm like, "Fuck
It's so
you."
sad.
It's
They
gory, but
sh-
you watched it, right? Like it's not
Yep.
Yeah,
just
I
sad,
watched
it's
it. Both the original and like
horrifying.
the remake.
Is
The
the remake
original is
like a
so
little bit
bad.
better?
Yes,
You know,
it's
you
more
know what's a
tolerable.
terrifying movie to watch, knowing if you know, is Milo and Otis.
Oh my god, yes.
Just because
So that
so
was actually one
many,
of my favorite movies when I was younger, and then I learned
and then
about
you
the
learn
horrors of those poor cats and dogs.
they they're the that movie is the reason why it comes up with credits no animals were harmed in the making of this movie, because they went through like 30 pugs and 70 cats.
Wait, is that with
Especially
the
Went
the
boy?
through
kitten
them?
with the river
Yeah,
scene
yeah, like the
Oh my
river
god,
scene.
I
They
saw
just kept
that.
throwing them in the river and filming it.
until they lived, basically. Or they got a good enough cut with several different animals.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know if any animals were hurt in Homeward Bound, but I fucking
I
loved
hope
Homeward Bound.
not.
Oh
'Cause
man,
to
I
this
Homeward
hope
day,
Bound.
that last scene
Or
But he
Shadow.
falls in the pit every single time. I just
It's
fall apart
awful.
watching that.
I'm pretty sure it has that disclaimer at the end, like no animals were harmed, etc., etc. But it's like, how do we know? They can't tell us.
Oh, I fucking loved Air Bud as a kid.
Oh
I don't
my
know if anybody
god.
watched
I only watched
that.
the first
It was
one.
like Beethoven like in its like
Oh,
how fun
Beethoven.
stupid
I
it
loved
was.
Beethoven.
Beethoven was the best dog movie.
Yeah.
When did they stop making the
And
Beethoven?
that had Stanley Tucci too.
I'm pretty sure they still make them. I don't think they
Oh
ever.
yeah. I know for a fact they still make Airbud-esque movies.
Mhm. Well, now it's with
There's a whole Air Bud universe.
Yeah.
I
like
really
on,
like the
like on par with the number of Marvel movies.
There should be an Avengers. Air Bud
like
Avengers.
the Airbud movie where there's nothing in the rulebook that says a dog can't play. There's nothing in the rulebook that says I can't wear.
You know what movie that got me with the trailer and I felt like utterly ripped off at the end of it watching as a kid was Kangaroo Jack. Because the trailer was him rapping and I'm like, oh yes, this kangaroo's gonna rap the entire movie. And then I'm just watching two guys chase a kangaroo in the desert and the rap scene is one of them high as shit. And I'm like, where's the cool kangaroo guy?
This movie's not about the kangaroo at all.
Weird mid 2000s movies that are just a fucking acid trip, right?
Yep.
Like, surprising that a movie about nothing got made.
Was Kangaroo Jack like like an animated movie before? Was it a cartoon? Was it a comic series or just
I
No.
think they made a cartoon off of it.
okay, out off of the okay.
Then they made a sequel.
What else do you have to talk about Kangaroo Jack? Wait, weren't they what was the plot to it? Was there drugs involved?
I think the kangaroo stole drugs in its pouch or some shit.
I think the drugs were in the sweatshirt that the kangaroo stole
Oh
or something
yeah.
like that.
The kangaroo is wearing a red sweatshirt. You know, it was a terrible movie that I loved as a kid and I watched recently and I'm like, this is awful. Is Van Helsing.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I love that movie as a kid.
I hate love that movie. Like Kate Beckinsale and like there's good actors in it. There's no reason why it should be that bad. And
Oh my-
yet
Everybody's
Oh.
putting their heart into it.
Okay, I'm back.
it's so
don't know what-
long too.
Loki, I love that Van Helsing movie.
That is
We're talking about the
Oh.
one with Hugh Jackman, right?
Yeah, and Kate Beckinsale. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a
Kate
great
Beckinsale.
movie.
was that
Yeah,
the
but
one
you
with
also
Monica
like
Floyd?
I don't
I see it through nostalgia glasses. I do.
I hate Love
Okay.
Dracula in that movie. It's just
Oh, yeah.
so he loses his accent, he's over the top, but it's just so lovable after you've watched it.
It's so lovable. I love
I-
I'm
that.
sure that's what they were going for. A lovable Dracula.
So yeah, sorry for that. That was a particularly long chapter of Charlotte's Web. So what were we up to? What were we doing? Hot
We
tubbing?
were just talking about Charlotte's Web by coincidence.
Wait, seriously?
But a weird Jethro version of Charlotte. With her build.
Wait, what?
But look at like Adeptus Mechanicus. Just a bunch of spider legs on his wheelchair.
Oh my god, then we couldn't say he can't walk.
Yeah. So, was there anything you all wanted to do in the hot tub?
Did we relay all the information that we got to?
No.
Okay, then we're gonna pick it up there.
No.
Okay, perfect.
Oh.
The important information that you might have missed, Amanda, is that Jethro's arms say to be strong and protect yourself, and be stronger to protect others.
Did you
I
write that
thought
down?
his. I
That's
thought
a little
his.
bug.
That's
what it says on his
No,
hands
the
in
draconic on
Dwarven,
his arms.
but the scars on his arms that's carved in reads be strong to protect yourself and be stronger to protect others.
That's fucking metal.
It's the important information.
Okay.
But Bigsies and Trey walk into the hot spring area with everybody there that's not named Zyzeris and or Bindu. Zyzeris or Bindu. And Trey, you know the classic saying, you look like you've seen a ghost? That's kind of what Trey looks like.
Dang, who killed your mother? No.
You all right there, Traven? You look like a little pale.
Oh,
Maybe that's something to eat rather than something to drink for once.
yeah. Food would help. We got any snacks in here?
Well, Bindu's not here, so.
I
Do
mean,
you
with
say
all
that
of us
out
here, aren't
loud?
we just a meal?
You know what? You're right. He is a full-blown meal. Never mind. There's a meal, but he's upstairs.
Right.
That part she says out loud. No.
So are you two like together?
What?
You and Bendu?
Oh, well, I wouldn't put something on what we have. I mean, we exchange letters and stuff, and we do talk to each other a lot. You know, and sometimes he looks into my eyes, and I look into his eyes, and you know. What do you and Bixus have together, by the way? What do you have?
Oh, she's my little sister.
A common rivalry.
Oh.
Really? Rivalry?
I mean, like not for us, but you know, Uriel, vengeance quest.
Oh,
Yeah.
vengeance, yes. I thought rivalry, like you have to beat me for a rivalry.
No. Wait, what did you say?
What? Nothing.
Can I push him into the screens, please?
See,
Can I try? I'm so weak.
Yeah. Make an opposed athletics check.
But can I also cast like a druid craft to make like one of the stones poke up so when I push him he trips easier?
I'll allow it.
Okay, I'll take it. What am I doing?
Opposed athletics check. I'm not letting him make an acrobatics check.
5. Do I get that? I have inspiration.
Nice.
Trey, make an athletics check.
Trey will get pushed backwards.
Trey gets pushed into the pool.
Ha!
Jethro would like to push Bixus in after him.
Just comes wheeling up.
Nope, with my mind.
Do the psychic shove against her?
Yep.
Yo, rule of cold, I'm just gonna let it happen. You just get psychically shoved into the pool.
I don't even get the save.
Nah.
Did you see that? There was a loose tile there. Careful.
But I will say you're able to identify it as Jethro because he also shoved you during the battle.
It's a familiar hand.
whack on me.
I'm gonna keep. Hold on. What do I have?
Jethro's just sitting there beaming. He's just smiling. Because it reminds him of his older siblings, Tamora and
Alright.
Tamara.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative. No.
I'll go
No
first.
fighting in the bathroom. I'm not saying no fighting, just no fighting in a bathroom. That just seems like a bad idea.
Everyone starts whipping each other with towels.
I already have my
Trey did
weapons.
it.
Trey's ready. I was kidding, but okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I don't know what
We're fighting in the pool.
So, anyone get any more information from the sage before we showed up?
Back to business. Yes. Yeah, we got. So it turns out Gurkel is on his way to speak to the stone giant because he was looking for information that the Naga didn't have, and that information was he was looking for
The regalia.
of Congria.
Ooh, that sounds like something magical.
It's a thing he's looking for. Some sort of like crown jewel type things where if they have those, then they have some throne politics. I try and stay out of that shit. That's why I live in a jungle, because it's all fucked up anyways. Everyone's dumb. But anyway.
And that correlates to the queen, right?
Well,
Apparently, whoever has the regalia has a better claim to the throne. So, if Guttercurl is looking for the regalia and gets his hands on the regalia, then it could be that he's trying to make a play for the throne. And apparently, it's Borbus, who has all the answers.
Birkin.
There you go. Birkin, like the bag. I need to remember.
But yeah, so they're on their way along with there's a sister who apparently has been accompanying him on this journey. So they're close. That's good.
Astrid says Sabre is less interested in Guttercurl than her own endeavors and studies, so I do feel maybe that could mean she's a little more trustworthy than we had thought, or we're afraid, she wasn't that trustworthy. This could be a point in her favor. I don't know.
I think it would be safe to assume that Sabre's only loyalty is to herself.
Did appear
Which means
that
she
way.
can be paid off, so that's nice.
Right, which she could be convinced to come to our side, I suppose, yes. With the right incentive.
If she sees that what the path she's following isn't for her benefit, then there's a chance.
Is there something you think your sister might want? Something that would convince her to help us?
I don't know. I suppose I could talk to... What was the Githyanki's name? Astrith?
Astrith?
Astrith? I suppose I could talk to her to get specifics on what Sabre was asked, but I can't fathom what she would want from the astral plane to receive, especially because I can't think of much that would be good to get from.
Her plan is even darker than Guttercurl's.
Well, the fun facts, how we pay for information to get information. Gutterkel gave the Naga some information, something about Improbus, who is roaming the earth once again.
Improbus?
He some old god of trickery, from what I understood of Zyzerus explaining.
Does that make the gears turn when Melia and
Jethro?
when Jethro hears?
Would Alistair say anything?
Yeah, would Alfred scream into her?
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Would Jethro or Alfred say anything about hearing that name?
I think like you like feel Alfred shudder a little bit. Like he doesn't shut up usually, but like in somehow you feel him like you actually like feel his feelings and you actually like feel his fear.
Okay, that's different. What he's doing what again?
He's back, roaming the earth, walking amongst us. You know, God here on earth, which is, that's new. That's new.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But they hadn't heard that the eternal flame went out. They knew that the White Scorpion was an assassin guild, assassins for hire. They do know that the Firekeeper Talkery produced the first flame, but they don't actually know where it came from. But those are things that the Birkin giant would maybe have answers to because he's been here longer than time. But that's all I remember getting. I don't know if anyone else has things to touch on.
Sorry, I had to step away. Did you mention that we know how to find Burkon?
No, I did not. But yeah, we know that he lives on this mountain side. If we just have to follow this map I sketched out while the Naga was giving us really intricate directions on exactly where to go and how to get there with left and rights and trees and landmarks and everything else. And I have it all written down very not so nicely anymore since I got pushed into the water, but it's still here.
Oh no, the directions.
Some of the names of these places are kind of grayed out.
Does prestidigitation work? Well, it'll still be smudgy, but
We
can
can
it
fix
at least
it.
dry it off? Does that work for drying things off? I don't know. I don't remember.
It does. Prestidigitation
Aha.
works for everything.
Haha. Okay. Yes. So, I mean, I guess if we're going to try and find Sabray, I mean, it seems like the best plan would be to go and try and find Bergen. So, what does everyone think? Should we follow that path and go look for him?
I mean, it's nice that we have an idea of what he's trying to do now, but I don't know if going after him, guns a-blazing, is the right thing, or if we can, because if we get rid of him, he still has a good, she's going to give you another quotation marks, the air quotation, a good reputation, so we kind of need to destroy the image he has to the people. Otherwise, if we're caught going after him.
Allow me to clarify. I actually don't think we should kill him now because, as you said, we don't exactly have a plan or a replacement strategy. But I do think we should follow and know what he knows.
Yes, I like that plan. Yes, that's good.
I would also like to point out, Vernadu did mention that he was with other people. It was just Sabray that came in with him.
Yes, there were.
Thank you.
So it is just not the two of them. It would be unwise, I think, to try to go after him now, or even try to tail him.
Oh, okay.
Especially since we don't know how many he has in his pot.
I suppose my question then is, are we that concerned about him getting the regalia? Do we want to stop him? Do we want to thwart him? Or do we think that that's a done deal and perhaps we should be warning the queen?
Those are all really good questions.
Cool.
I mean, I think it would be good to stop and see this stone giant. However, I do know Jethro mentioned a forge here that he really wanted to look at. So I think we could stay behind a couple days. That would give him more than enough time to go and get, and then we could speak to the stone giant and perhaps figure out what he knows, figure out what information he has, and go
Give them
from there.
enough of a head start, you say? You mean so that we don't run into them on the road?
Yeah. So that way, yeah. Because there's still an entire pond haven we can go back and take care of their issues. There's other ways we can jab at him while he's on this noble quest to try and steal a throne. But if he ends up getting all the things he wants and then turns around and everything he's built is in shambles, it's gonna be hard for him to have a following, even if he does find the things.
So dissent in the meantime. I like it. That was everything.
Yeah. That's all. I think that's it. Yep.
Barnadu does not seem to know very much about crystals, which is one of the other reasons I do think we should go to see Birkin, simply because if we want those questions answered, Barnadu was almost no help.
Yeah, he said that he was not a rock guy.
I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, as much as I hate to admit with Alfred, yeah, he wasn't much of a sage. Didn't really answer any of my questions. So how far is he from here? This Braxis guy.
According to these intricate directions, he's exactly
2 days
2 days away.
without.
Without weather or failed traveling checks. Or without Malia leading us in circles for a day and a half.
Okay, first of all, fuck you. I was tired.
I didn't even say. There was a certain toadstool that was looking at us multiple times. That's all.
It's not my fault.
I followed you. I didn't argue with you. It's in the past. We're here, safe. It's all good. Enjoy the water.
It's all right, Nelly. The whole walk, I was pretty much struck dumb by the beauty of nature, so, stuff happens.
Well, thank you for that. I'm just going to go to bed. Obviously I can't, hopefully I'll be able to find my way to my room.
I mean, if not, you probably won't be able to find us back anyway, so...
Or you'll
I
just
guess
pass
it was
by
nice
here,
knowing you.
and if we see you pass by, we'll know you're lost.
Why are you all so mean?
Wow, you guys are.
It's Alfred's been worse to us, so sorry, Kalia. You get the root end of it.
No, it's fine. I'm always, at the bottom of, always catching the consequences of my brother's actions. It's fine.
Melia, can you please get into a better headspace? I do not want to talk to Alfred tonight.
But Malia is going to try to find her way to a bedroom and go to sleep.
Oh, I thought you said Bindu.
Almost.
Bindu bedroom. What's the difference?
She said bedroom.
I'm going to go find a bindroom. I mean a bindu. Fuck. A bed. A bindu. Fuck. God damn it.
Yes.
Bindu on a bed. Fuck. I'm just going to go to sleep in bindu. Fuck. Going to walk away.
That must have been Alfred.
It was a lot to unpack there, for sure.
I didn't know Alfred was so horny. Good for him.
I think he's less horny than I am.
I'm starting to regret opening this door.
Oh, well, it's the opening. I just gotta live with it, man.
I mean, we're all naked, aren't we?
Is that how Tura bathes? I don't know. Or hangs out. It's up to you. Yeah, I was
She has
leaving that up to you
absolutely,
guys.
she has
I
absolutely no sense of boundaries or decorum. She's lived in a cave for like 10 years, so she like doesn't even care.
Well, the last time that a party was in a bathroom and one person was naked, a new party member was introduced. So we don't know, There was a rhino. It was crazy. Anyway, sorry.
Party walks
Also,
into
the
a
last time we were
bathroom
in a
with
hot
a
tub,
rhino
we
and a
went,
baby.
last time we were in a hot tub, I almost died. Yep, 3 people almost died.
Wait, what happened? Oh, yes. Oh, man, the party does not
With
do well.
with Atriox.
Yeah.
So are you telling me I should keep my weapon?
Yeah,
That's not
that
his
was good
full
times.
name.
That's not his full name.
Atriox, Opener of Ways, Lord of Dragons, something of Portals. Oh, Herald of the Great Worm.
There it
There
is.
we fucking go. He earned those titles.
And I am now realizing the high degree to which Dungeons and Dragons campaigns that I'm involved in have hot tub episodes.
All of them.
To be fair,
It's all of them. It's all of them.
you didn't come up with it. Who came up with the idea? Someone said hot tub. I forget.
It was me.
Jethro.
I like a good hot tub app.
As we were going through the list, I was like, huh.
Most of them were my idea.
I have a few more I can add to that list. Huh.
We like hot tubs.
We do. We do.
It's a nice change of pace from like the campfire scene. It's essentially the same thing. It's just wet instead of warm.
It's just
Everybody
the
needs a spot,
grotto.
so
Hold on, I gotta find a grotto picture.
Yeah. So this is like a natural spring within the monastery. Oh, that's wicked.
Exactly. It's very
That's really
fresh
cool.
water.
I like it.
Oh my god, I've had a picture of Jethro.
Post it.
I gotta crop it. Hold on 1 second.
I feel you.
I'm just seeing this shirtless Trey photo. So wait, Trey has abs too?
Oh yeah.
Trey is actually very, very strong.
If we're all going to talk about our tattoos, I think we need everyone to say abs or no abs, just so I know what I'm picturing.
Just so
Oh,
are the abs just
jelly.
tattoos?
Stop.
He's got a lot of heart.
Milo vibes.
Honestly,
That's
skinny
closest to
nerd
Jethro.
look, pretty cute.
Aw.
Do his underwear look like that too, or
100%.
is that him in the hot tub?
Yep. Except for he has scars on his arms and tattoos on his fingers. That's it. That's what that 8 strength and 18 con will get you. A nerd that won't die.
I mean, this is a great opportunity for you guys to actually learn about what you've been up to the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years.
No one wants to listen to Jethro.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of book learning. and Caesaris isn't even taking part.
Me and Bix have been hunting monsters for the past 10 years.
yes, just, like always.
We split up for a little while, and I did some work for Luca Vandar.
Nick, did
Wait.
you find a picture?
It's on Roll20.
Yeah, did it not move you all on the map.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's
Oh,
gorgeous.
thank you. That's awesome.
Oh, stairs. Wonderful.
Wet stairs.
Wet mossy stairs.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is why having a fight here would have been a bad idea.
New idea. Invent flotation device for wheelchair.
It might be necessary for all the hot tub episodes we're gonna have.
Well, I don't know how much time we're going to spend around water. I know that there's some rivers that we might cross at some point. I don't think we're going to go out to the open ocean at any time, though.
You never know.
You never know.
Yes, you must adapt for certain contingencies.
But you don't want to be a pirate? You wheelchair. Not good for ships.
No, they roll too much.
Huh.
I mean, I could just sit on a swing and just.
We could just nail you down.
I mean, there's that too.
Put
I
you
have
up
so
in
many images in my brain right now.
the, put you up in the crow's nest.
I'm afraid of heights.
Wait, are we literally trying to figure out how to get you in the water?
I think
No,
we're
we're
trying to
just-
figure out how I would work on a pirate ship at the moment.
I'm pretty sure Lucas described flopping himself out of the chair and into the water.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right, that happened.
No, I'm not in my wheelchair. I'm just floating around.
Okay. Oh, right, because of the weightlessness of the water. Sorry. My bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
give my legs a break.
You
But-
did say that. I remember.
The thought exercise of me being on a ship is scary.
Well, it depends. I suppose if you could like rig the rigging into like a set of pulleys, you could, sort of, I don't know, swing about.
We could put them in a box. Just pick it up.
Yeah, yes, but that's not very fun. Being in a
Well,
box.
boxes are fun. I hid in a barrel one time for a mission.
I believe we've done that twice now.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Evie. That was my image of Jethro being on a ship.
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan. and you know what? Jethro despises the gods. It's against his culture, so it kind of fits.
Like,
All right, can we go back to Pondhaven and steal a ship? I know. I scoffed at it at first.
The idea of pirate is really growing on you.
Hard pivot for this campaign.
And we're pirates.
No, we can't.
I mean,
go
there
on
is-
fantasy.
The Bubba Veloxy Shrimp Company has a little ring to it.
Oh my god, I'm just watching the memes
Wow.
now.
Lieutenant Dan's a lot more fit than Jethro. Oh, there he goes.
Hey, you know what? I got some levels. I could dump some into strength. You better watch out.
With Jethro when he gets a belt of giant strength.
Yeah. You know what? You all talking smack, but I like stone giants and I'm cool with them. So watch yourself.
okay. I feel threatened a little bit. Just a little bit.
Jethro had power one time in his life, and I think he killed somebody with his wheelchair.
Zyzeris, you can come hang out with them down here. You don't have to get in the water if you don't want
Unless
to.
you get pushed by two of the people who push people in already.
I mean,
The pool
probably
pushers.
after like about 20 minutes or so, where like he's actually like taking care of securing rooms and blankets and pillows and all that shenanigans for everybody. Seeing as of how they're not just taking like a quick shower like 30 minutes might pass before he'll start wandering over towards the hot springs and make himself known.
Yeah, at one point you find Malia and she asks where Bindu is. I mean, her bedroom, and you tell her where both of those things are.
DM, did I make it up the wall?
Bindu's room is over this way
you
down the hall
definitely
and to
did.
the right.
I didn't ask for Bindu. I didn't ask for Bindu. Why do you
I was just going to say, and yours is across the hall.
I'm not. What are you implying, Zyzeris? Like,
That it's easier to give directions facing to the right. People often confuse their lefts.
where, and which? Well, I just wanted to see where my bedroom was. That's all. You know, just all.
Like I said, down the hall and across the hall from Bindu's.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm. Where are you heading? I'll go with you. You know, because I'm not interested in that.
I thought I might check in on the others at the hot spring.
Because I'm not here for Bindu. I'm just here for the.
Oh, you're welcome to accompany me then. So we make our way to the hot spring.
Yep.
Malia's back.
Oh, welcome back, Malia.
Jeez, I cannot hear anyone.
Bummer.
And she's gone. Trey, you do much better this time.
All right.
I'm gonna mage hand a rope to Trey. Traven, can you grab the rope, please? I would like to try as well.
I'm gonna grab that rope.
Yeah, you help Jethro up.
Yeah, Jethro wants to go up. I want to dive.
So you see Trey and Jethro climbing up here when you guys show up, Zyzeris and Malia. And the girls are just hanging out while the boys do stupid stuff, which is pretty on par for how a pool party works.
Huh. Tara wouldn't know that, but she's into it.
If Trey's leaping again, he's going to find he gets a little bit more airtime as an Adagio Rallentando gets cast on him to slow his fall a little bit.
So Trey was going to do like as many backflips as he could. So you just watch as he just does one backflip, two backflip, three.
Oh my
backflip,
God,
four
he
flip.
just
He just keeps one-upping his own personal best and just keeps on going.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt when I hit the water.
Did you see how many rotations I just did?
Are you dizzy by the time you get down?
Yeah.
It's like you get like 9 rotations in, so how many is that? That's a lot. That's a lot of rotation.
He turns blue for a second.
But you do recognize one of the familiar beats of Zyzeris.
I just figured I'd stop in, see how everyone was doing.
You should really get in. The water's perfect. So, being right next to a volcano, it's nice and steamy. It's perfect.
Looks a bit minerally.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's good for your skin. A little exfoliation.
Not much of a glamour freak. I'll put my
After all,
feet
the
in.
dead skin on your body is just happy to be there.
I mean, it's mine as much as anything else.
Belong to your mattress before the night's over. Oh, that sounded flirty.
It did. Even I was like, whoo!
We're in a monastery.
Jethro, do a backflip.
I will try.
Wait, are you on your... You're just, like, crawling around up
I'm
here,
just crawling around. Look at me go.
Oh, good heavens.
You know what? I will try to do a handstand, and then I will slinky my way over because I can't control my legs, and hopefully not die.
I mean, make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Yeah, let's do this. Don't die, Jethro. Oh.
Over to victory.
Well,
Oh, I
Jethro,
think it.
how would you? Well, it's up to you. How do you see yourself nailing this jump?
So I think he stands up and he arcs his legs like a scorpion, and then he gives out and he flips over 1 or 2 times, and then right before he hits the ground or hits the water, he arches his belly. I saw someone do this from like 120 feet up. They arch their belly into like a kid's swimming pool. So they arch their body in order to break the surface without hurting themselves. So right before he hits the ground, he belly flops, but he does it in a way that he doesn't hurt himself.
I saw that.
Super shallow dive.
Super shallow dive, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah. He uses math. That's how he does it.
That sounds literally sick. Ugh.
It makes a nasty sound too when you hit the water.
Next to Cyceris.
Cyceris is just going to pull out that green flame lantern that he's got going and just hold on to that.
Studious.
The coloring of the flame requires concentration. It's almost second nature, like breathing at this point.
Does it get broken if it gets wet?
The flame will go out and sort of exterminates the whole metaphor for the eternal flame.
Do you want to set it down, maybe?
Well, I had no intention of going in. I've already got my feet in.
Are your feet in?
My feet are in.
Are they just like normal people feet?
They look as like normal people feet. I mean, I got 5 toes on each of them.
Yeah. Do you have disguise self up right now?
Probably, most definitely. And even still, like, if you're looking closely, you might see like a slight base layer of like makeup starting to like oil up around him.
What?
Alright, well, I was just gonna push you in for fun, but I don't want to break your things.
I'm a pretty terrible swimmer.
That's not that shallow, and it feels really nice. And then, when
Over
I see...
my mage hand and be like, Zizarus, let me hold the flame really quick. For no reason.
I'll
Sorry,
cast a
go on.
mage hand and high five your own.
I counter your mage hands with my mage hand.
And then Trey's gonna reach out to help Jethro up, and then push him back in the water.
I'm gonna pull you with me, asshole.
Try a jack, bro.
make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
You know, I never really got it.
All right, Jethro, make an athletics check.
All right.
Well, Trey, you think you're being clever, but Jethro just like grabs your hand and just like pulls you over his head and throws you into the water.
You never did take care of your knees. Grab him by the knees and just buckle him.
Do we get splashed?
Yes, very much so.
Spluttering.
Is there
I turn
anything
to
cool?
Dixie.
Sorry.
Anything cool? Oh, that's a good question, actually. But I
Oh,
am going to turn to
Is
Dixie
there
and say,
shit
are
at the
boys just
bottom
like
of
this?
the pool?
Is there a treasure chest?
Is there a cavern hidden behind the waterfall?
Is there a monster?
Is there a
Are any
six-eyed
of the
monster?
plants magic?
Are we going to talk about how friendship is the most magical thing on earth?
Jethro
That's
saw a
great.
hole in the wall over here. He's going to go investigate.
Small? Is it a small hole? Maybe like, I don't know.
Yes, just big enough for my hand.
Who's sitting on the other side?
I don't fuck rocks. I just like rocks. Thank you very much.
He fucks books. Get it right.
You could have a catfish in there. That's terrible. They got small teeth.
A geometrist. Thank you, Ryan. Did he really go into the wall?
Jethro's going around. I don't know what we're doing. What the fuck are we doing?
Where did you see
Apparently,
that six-eyed
watching the
monster?
picture.
I saw that on the road just before we got to the path to the monastery.
So have we all seen it?
Everyone's seen it.
I saw it.
Should we have asked
Did I-
about that?
I
We
thought
probably
about
should
that
have.
after we were on our way down. I figured we'll just save it for tomorrow because I was already gone.
We can.
I was
easily
wondering
make
if
it
Improbus
like
was
that.
maybe possibly somehow responsible, and I suppose that would have been something that possibly the sage could have been able to tell us.
Wait, Improbus?
Well, sure, he's a trickster, is he not? And he's roaming.
Yes,
God
we
of trickery.
Learned from
Yes.
the sage that Improbus is apparently walking the earth again.
Oh, really? Did they say how they're walking the earth again?
It's information Gudrakil was aware of that he shared with the sage in exchange for his information about the location of the sanctuary. Or at least the information that led to a stone giant that knows where the sanctuary's at. Speaking of which, I think that we're going to have to look for a stone giant in the mountains to the east by the name of Burkhan.
Oh, yeah, no, I filled him in, Zai. Yes, I have the map. She's gonna hold up her dripping wet piece of paper.
Right. I was wondering what was taking you all so long to clean yourselves.
We were discussing tactics and paths that we were going to take, Caesarus.
And soaking our tootsies.
Yes, my tootsies are like prunes.
Friendly and soft.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Does anybody speak giant? I don't particularly speak it myself.
No, only Elvish and Gnomish.
Oh,
Yeah, no
I
giant
speak-
yet.
I speak giant as long as it speaks in deep speech. So. no, I don't.
Deep giant. Probably not going to be the rock giant that we're going to go meet.
No.
Well, I can I can't talk to giants, but I can understand giants. Hopefully this Burkhan has the ability to speak common, but if not, I might be able to relay information between us and the giant.
I mean,
No,
yeah, we won't know till we're there, though.
I think I know in one of my scrolls there's a reference to some sort of a spell that can help with comprehension of languages that you don't speak. I would have to research if it could allow us to communicate with them or only understand what they were saying.
Oh, yes, that is precisely the spell I'm speaking of. But it only works on one individual, the caster. So, Zyzeris, if you're a little bit better with words and with people, if you have the ability to do that, then it might be better for you to do it.
So long as we pick up a few more pouches of salt, I could attempt to cast it ritually amongst a few of us at a time.
Do you need a scroll to put it in your book? Because I do know it.
I'm already... I would just have to remind myself about some of the hand signals for it.
Yes.
Perhaps a long rest.
Yes, long rest and rituals and, yes, I understand. Well, we have 2 people that would be able to understand Giant. That's a start, at the very least.
But you were saying something about that forge, right? The Mithril forge. We're doing that first.
I mean, these people are not doing well. Their import and export is diminished because they cannot process the mithril ore that they have within their mine. I was just thinking I might be able to help them.
Jethro, did you invest in some sort of a timeshare?
No investment given. No coin changed hands. They just merely asked for outside advice on why their ancient forge was not working.
Oh,
Well,
sounds like expensive advice.
Perhaps if no coin exchanged hands, in the end they might be so overcome with gratitude that they volunteer a few minor pieces of gift. Is not mithril a substance of great strength?
It's incredibly strong, but infinitely lighter than your standard castle forged steel. It
Perhaps
allows,
if we help them, we might profit from some of the spoils. Who knows?
Those of us that wear armor or wield weapons for combat might get great benefit from a process like this being in operation. Discounts or free gear or minerals would be very beneficial to us. Does anyone here wear armor besides myself?
11.
Sorry.
But I could always do with 10 more X's.
I mean, I wear leather armor. It's light. I would be open to it.
Well, the properties of the armor is that you can create a denser, more defensive armor at like half the weight, so it won't interfere with your sneakery and skullduggery as much.
You could literally wear it under your clothes.
Yes, that too. Jethro points to his plate or suit of scale mail that he has on the side. That is extremely heavy, and having scales made out of a lighter material would provide the same protection, but not as much drawbacks. It would be beneficial for us, I think.
Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to better equip ourselves before facing down the kingdom of Guterkurl.
Have you made any progress? I know you were only there a short time, but perhaps you have ideas?
What was the question?
What ideas or progress? He was only there a short time, but maybe he has a notion of what he might have in mind to do. Sorry, does that still not make sense?
Which person are you talking to?
Well, I lost track of who was the one who actually makes the voice, because your voice changes. And
I do Jethro. I do the old man voice.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
That's Lucas.
Yes.
Lucas. Okay. So, according to my chart, Jethro,
Yes.
what kind of progress did you make? What kind of, I don't know, did you have any ideas of what you could do to help him?
Yes. Bindu and I have devised an alternative to the ancient forge that is currently in the mines, but it requires a not a small sum of coin in order to construct. Basically, it's a large tower with focusing mirrors and crystals and lenses in order to make the material hot enough in order to get it to a melting point where you can pour it without so many impurities. But I think there might be other ways. They said that there is a lava channel within the mountain near the forge that might be hot enough to fire the forge and smelt the mithril. So we have a couple of options at this point. They don't want to use magic, which is an interesting position, but I understand it. If magic goes out, you want to be able to still make mithril. I have an idea of an alchemical method, but I didn't bring it up to them yet.
So, in case the other two options should fail, perhaps would it help if we could raise capital? There's not a lot I can do to help. I can't help you with the science of it. I can't, not a lot I can do to help, but perhaps we could fundraise or do something along those lines.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't
here.
be able to fundraise here because the people of this city are not well in coin. Because of the import-export problem, they're barely making it by with their produce. They have to lift it above the valley line in order for it to get sunlight during the day, so it will grow.
So finding the money is probably not an option. So hopefully these other two options work.
If not, we do what we can, and hopefully they can do more research later. But I'd at least like to give my best effort to see if I can make the forge work.
Well, I hope we can all help. Even if just in manpower.
I do appreciate the help.
Huzzah. Then, when next we play, we shall head into the mines, it sounds like.
To the Mithril mine.
Well, there was two people that were okay with it. Is everyone else okay with going into the mines?
Yeah.
You know what? I take it as tacit compliance, you know?
I don't ask for
Mark
much.
this is our new active quest.
Yeah, ooh, yes.
Ding.
This is the new hotness.
A nice side quest from the revenge plot. It's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah, we get to help people.
Everybody good to play next week?
Yeah,
I
17th?
I might be late. It depends on when I
can't.
guess.
I can't. I'm sorry. I wish
That's
I could.
okay.
I can't.
There's tons of holiday shit coming up, so that's
You
why
did
I'm
say
asking.
that you couldn't do anything because you were just a simple fighter.
That is true. So my dumb ass can sit this one out.
No, it's all good, Evie. You have a place to crash in the monastery or in town, so we have places to
Soak
put
in the
your
hot
character.
springs.
Yep, you can just
Just
be all
prune up.
pruny. She's
Maybe,
like, this is the nicest bath I've ever taken. I'm not leaving it.
Probably fair. She lives in a cave. I mean, how not?
I'm sure they have a seaweed wrap.
She's like, this reminds me of home.
Nah, she'll like praying and practicing her spells. Like that makes sense.
There you go.
And learn stuff on the stage, you know.
Cool. And Rachel, let us know what you're going to be up to, and we'll plan on doing this next week.
Hell yeah.
Because, hey, it's a side quest, so not everyone has to go.
Yeah, the Jethro excursion.
But thank you all for playing. This was a fun evening of
I had
Dungeons and
fun.
Dragons.
This was
Thank you
fun.
for
Thank
running,
you,
Nick.
everybody.
We got a spa episode.
I gotta throw one in occasionally.
Alright, I'm gonna go make dinner. I
Night,
love playing with
everyone.
you all. Have a good night.
Great game, everybody.
Have a good night.